When you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship, though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child?
Oh my
of
God.
His child.
Oh, yeah, we back on this stuff again. When I tell you MoNique, she is not letting up. MoNique and her husband is not letting up. And MoNique tired, her husband sitting like, nah, you need to get him. They are dragging DL Hughley's daughter in this stuff. Yes, they is, y'all. What do y'all think about this? I want to know one thing. My phone lines better be popping today. How about that? Okay? Yeah. Y'all was kind of shady last night on the live. Y'all wasn't calling in. I'm going to need y'all to call in today. Yeah, Miss MoNique, she is dragging DL Hughley's daughter involved. Oh, you don't know what happened with DL Hughley's daughter? Girl, let me tell you real quick. And I got videos on that too. Well, DL Hughley got a daughter. You ain't know that now, did you? Okay? And his best friend, girl, DJ, stop it. His best friend to the end. His homeboy, best friend, ride or die. I don't know, if they was lovers or what, because, they Hollywood, right? Right. You never know what's going on with best friends. Best friends turn into boyfriends. Is it? Anyway, the boyfriend was having his way with DL Hughley's daughter. Messing around with her, humping, grunting, you name it, doing the whole bunch to his daughter nonstop, over and over and over again. She was scared of the man. So finally, his daughter had the courage to tell her daddy, DL Hughley, your best friend is touching on me, daddy. Do you know DL Hughley called her a liar? Yeah, all girls lie. You ain't nothing but a liar, a troublemaker. And all because he didn't want to lose his boyfriend. Yeah, that's what it is. He did not want to lose his boyfriend. And that's how I see it. You hear all these women out here, and they have these wives. They have their husbands and their boyfriends and their stepdaddies and stuff. And these girls' husbands and boyfriends be touching their kids, right? It's the same thing. These women don't want to lose their husband, don't want to lose their boyfriend, even though they may know their boyfriend husband is touching on their kids. Same thing with DL Hughley. He did not want to lose his man, okay? I don't know what type of hell friendship they had going on, but like I said, it might be something more. MoNique already said, he's down low. You know what I'm saying? She tried to clean it up, but it's already out there. You know what I mean? You can't clear that up. But I want y'all to hear this. We got the full video, but this is what they circulating around.
When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship, though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child? Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if he was making their life decisions, as if his opinion mattered in their choices. So when I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post. When you start addressing the character of the man, because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL. Okay, so let me address it. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby because the trauma has already set in. However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the goddamn trauma. See, when I made that post, it was intentional. It was intentional because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
Not gonna air. I said the fucking ain't, right? And I thought it would. 10 minutes later, 5 to 10 minutes later, the people from Kiss FM and MS Communication came down, took that tape, said if it airs, you'll never work on radio again. Took it from everybody. Said this better never air. And it did not.
And it did not air.
I'm telling you, that's true shit. I swear that on my kids. So I know he's powerful enough to make that up.
So now you don't think so you're telling this story now.
I told it then. I told it on time. No, this is not. No, this is.
You told the story.
Oh, yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah,
See, people only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like I had known this for a long time and said it a long time ago. I remember I was on Tom Joyner's show. He's the one that got me my radio show, and I was on his show, and I told him, "Don't talk about Mr. Cosby." They have this idea, like you can be, like I said, you can be profane, you can be profound, he's a lot of is. He's a humorist. Yeah. He's benevolent. He's a humorist. He's a humanitarian, and he's a rapist. That's the way that you can be all them.
To be all those.
Man, I lived next door to, not gonna air, I said the fucking ain't, to a dude, man. He took me to the free clinic. He told me about life. And he also was raping his daughter the whole time. And
what is going on with DL and these daughters and these men and these little girls? What's going on? What about save the kids? What about the kids? What about the kids? I guess they don't care about their little daughters, because a lot of these men, their fathers, stepfathers, uncles, brothers, daddies, is touching on these daughters. But do you hear a rally going on for that? Do you see Congress trying to stop that? Do you see government trying to stop that? No, because they don't care. They don't care about these little girls in America. They sure don't. What in the world?
To me, he's always gonna be the dude who did. Everybody's do. How come when people do stuff like this, they're always above reproach? Nobody ever believes them, and then it's always a lot of it. And it's always and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something happened to her, and because it was somebody I like, I didn't believe her. And I'll never get that back. She'll never. I'm supposed to protect her, and I'll never get that back. That she told her father something, and he didn't do nothing about it because it was inconvenient. So I could see how that could play. Right. And there's so many everybody wandering around why women are mad and why people are like that. Look at the shit they go through. Yeah. Like when she said on Color Purple, a girl child ain't safe in the family for the minute. That's fucking true. And it's just that he is categorically everybody you ever see it to a dude, man.
But they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to understand that fact that these black girls are not safe in their own family.
Priests who are above reproach, or coaches who are above reproach.
Right. Teacher.
Nobody, teacher, they would never. Why are you somebody's boyfriend? I watch out with you. And he played on that. And to this date, he's never said he didn't see it. It's like priests who are above
Please,
reproach.
them pastors and them priests be the worst kind, man. What you talking about? Them pastors and priests, they stay touching on little kids out here in America, and they stay being protected. It's sick. All right, so let's go into the long video. This is MoNique and her husband, Sydney, and they are dragging DL Hughley. Y'all ready for this? Make sure y'all please like, share, and call the phone line now.
I gotta talk now. I gotta say it.
Now, excuse the audio. I stole this audio from somebody. I should have stole it from somebody else because the audio they have, it is horrible. What were they thinking, y'all? Bear with it.
We still say what you need to say with a smile on your face.
You right, baby. You right. All right, here we go. Hey, my sweet babies. To all of y'all. Now, some of y'all in your feelings and y'all don't want to be my sweet babies right now, but if you in here, hey, my sweet babies. Let's have this conversation. So.
And please excuse the background noise. We didn't know when we started this that
yes, Daddy.
landscaping gonna come.
Please don't tell them to stop.
The audio is horrible.
We're gonna get them to stop, my babies. Because we really want y'all to hear this. And yes, this is a homegrown live. This ain't no big production. This ain't with the lights, camera, action. This is us sitting in our family room having a conversation with the community. This is us sitting in the family room. Look at it like you in the basement.
Oh, y'all, she must heard us on a live. She must heard us on a live. That's why she said it like that. You peep T, right? We the only people. I was the only one on social media that called her out for her video, right? Right. Now she want to talk about, you know, act like we in a family room. Well, that's good and dandy. We can act like we in a family room, but the quality is still messed up. And listen to your audio, girl. Come on, Sydney, what you doing? You better, can you please send Sydney, your husband, to school? Get him some audio works or some something. Take his ass back to school. Let him learn something.
The auntie and uncle house. Did you tell her that?
See, it's like
So,
priesthood. See, it's like
let's have this
priesthood or
conversation,
above
please.
reproach. See, it's like
Earlier
priesthood or
today,
above.
we did a post. And we did a post with DL Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend. And he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that. And then we left a caption under that, pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that, the reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live? Because I was reading the comments on the timeline. And most of them are from black women. And they're saying, some, MoNique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing.
Ooh, you heard Monique? Monique ain't playing with y'all.
When we speak about the
Listen, Monique is not playing. And I want to know, would y'all rather have this? Listen to that, right? Okay, I came across this other video. Shout out, who am I about to shout out? Shout out Eno TV. Look at him. Look, Eno TV. You know you steal some good shit, boy. Yeah, we about to steal your shit real quick. Now look, ain't this better?
Well, Daddy, because we didn't say anything about us going to do a live, we're going to wait for some of the babies to come on in the room.
Nah, don't wait. Start this shit now,
Come
girl.
on, my babies.
Nah, ain't nobody got time
Come
for
on,
that.
my babies.
Nah.
Come on. And we want you to tag the ones that has the most to say. Come on. Come on, my babies.
She still talking about some come on. Come on, baby. I ain't your baby.
Come on, sweetnesses.
Girl, stop with the sweetnesses and honey buns, okay? Get my ass hungry.
How are you today?
Daddy, I'm wonderful.
Not daddy.
Fantastic.
How you doing?
Now, Monique, this audio.
I'm telling the universe.
Hold on. Monique, I got to give you credit, girl. The lighting is much better. The look is much better. I'm proud of you. You stepping it up, mommy. Okay? Can I call you mommy? I don't want to call your ass mommy. I don't know. Her calling daddy and mommy is so, I ain't doing that shit.
Grateful. And I refuse to do that.
Come on now. Come on now. Don't make me get to smiling, Daddy, because I got to talk now. I got to say it.
What's sad, damn it?
Still say what you need to say with a smile on your face.
You right, baby. You right.
Say it.
All right, here we go. Hey, my sweet babies.
Oh, shit.
To all of y'all. Now, some of y'all in your feelings and y'all don't want to be my sweet babies right now, but if you in here, hey, my sweet babies.
Hey, girl.
Let's have this conversation.
What's that in the back? I know you don't got the goddamn lawnmower in the back, girl. I can't understand you. She got all that drum and rooming.
And please excuse the background noise.
No,
we didn't
I'm
know
not.
when we started this.
Come on, y'all got all that money. Monique, you should have a sound booth room in your basement or somewhere in your room where we can't hear no sound. You can afford it now. Come on, Sydney, what you doing?
Yes, Daddy.
Landscapers is gonna come,
Please
but
go tell them to stop. We're going to get them to stop, my babies. Because we really want y'all to hear this. And yes, this is a homegrown live. This ain't no big production. This ain't with the lights, camera, action. This is us sitting in our family room having a conversation with the community.
I look like a sunroom.
This is us sitting in the family room. Look at it like you in the basement at the auntie and uncle.
Nah, I ain't doing that. But I would say, MoNique, I love them fans. Do y'all got fans on y'all front porch and back porch? I want fans on my front and back porch. I love that fan girl. Look like she's in a sunroom.
House. Did you tell him that? Thank you, baby. So, let's have this conversation, please.
Let's do it. Come on, girl.
Earlier today, we did a post.
Okay.
And we did a post with DL Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend, and he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that. And then we left a caption under that, pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that,
hold on, time out. Let's do a survey. Do y'all think it's fair? Because DL Hughley, they say he failed to protect his daughter. His daughter was telling her, daddy, 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 your friend is touching me. Daddy, 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 your friend is on me. Daddy, 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 he messing with me. And he ignored her because he did not want to lose that man. He had a good man friend, I guess the love of his life. You know, he was in love with that man, honey. And he said he did not want to lose that man relationship. And he told his little daughter, she's a effing liar. Get out of his face, ho. You're an effing liar. You must wanted that. What you do? Why would he want to touch on you? He could be with any woman. You just lying. You making up stuff. You just jealous of our relationship. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, why you lie so much? You ain't nothing but a demon. You know all that line. I'm going to take your butt to church and I'm going to put some soap in your mouth because you out here defying my friend character and making up stuff. It can ruin his career. That's a black man. You don't ruin a black man. What's wrong with you? You probably get it from your mama. Did your mama tell you to say some shit like that? Yeah, your mama evil as hell. All these women are evil. And they must F at you. Don't you ever tell me my friend touching on you because it's a lie. He would never do that. Stop being like your mama. That's your mama doing. Your mama told you to say that. I know she did. And she said, damn, I really went in on that, right? My bad. Look, I was doing too much. Listen, I got lost in that damn character. Okay, so do you feel like it's fair for MoNique to say, because he did not protect his daughter, he cannot protect, the black community? Press 1 if you feel like it's fair for her to say that. Press 5 if you feel like that is unfair, because, DL Hughley, he tried to put the cape on for the black community. But it don't seem to be working. He's another Umar. And don't you know what? I'm listening to MoNique, and how she talking, it does sound like a Umar. You know what I'm saying? Her and Umar, they got the same kind of talking pattern. I don't know what it is, but it's something about MoNique and Dr. Umar that is similar to me. It's very similar. But let's continue on.
The reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live? Because I was reading the comments on the timeline. And most of them are from black women. And they're saying, MoNique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract. What it has to do with is the character of the man named DL Hughley. That's what this has to do with. And let me acknowledge, DL Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, MoNique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma. And when we talk about the character of the individual, for years, DL Hughley has given his commentary and his opinion on other people's lives, not just mine, for years. And he would give the ins and outs.
Hold on.
We sorry, baby, because, okay, they just must have thought we meant just for a second.
Y'all like this
He
video?
getting ready to shut it down.
Get the algorithm up. Get the algorithm up.
Please.
Get the algorithm up by liking the video. If y'all come on, donate or like
We
the
just
video or
getting
do
taking care of
both.
my babies. Please
Or
forgive
just
us
be
for a
here.
second. And again, like I said, tag as many as
love
you can
y'all.
because this
Tag
is a
'em.
conversation, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
In my humble opinion, that I'll
Now you heard what MoNique said. Tag everybody, share everybody, give it to your mama, your daddy. Everybody need to hear this on this live, okay? Share it, share. Sharing is caring. And guess what? It don't cost a thing. No, it's free. But please like this video because we need it for the algorithm.
community needs to hear and wrap our minds around, because we're getting caught up in the fluff, y'all. We're getting caught up in the fluff of
Caught
shit.
up in the fluff.
And we're not trying to deal with the facts of shit. We getting distracted. So when y'all are saying to me, MoNique, this is so immature. MoNique, this is so wrong. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because when I'm watching our community fall apart at a rapid race, because we too afraid to have the real conversations, and y'all keep saying, let's do it privately, because we too afraid to look embarrassed in front of who? In front of who? And we watching us. So for the ones that say, oh, MoNique, you could handle this differently, this my swing at the bat. This my swing. This my swing.
She gonna swing on it in bad.
This is our swing at that bat. So we're gonna take our swing. Thank you, baby.
No worries.
So let me get back to what I was saying. When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship. Though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child? Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if he was making their life decisions, as if his opinion mattered in their choices. So when I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
And let me try to adjust this tough because in reference to being sideways.
Well,
Girl, wasn't that deep? Now, Stevie Wonder, sit your behind down. He always got to do some stuff. We was doing fine. He want to twist the shit around. Oh, get on my dang nerves. Now, this is what I want to say. You know, MoNique says a lot of men out here like DL Hughley, meaning a lot of men that know their best friend, boyfriend, best friend, homeboy, brother, thugger, gangster boo, is messing with their own daughter, and they're going to look the other way because they're a coward. Ain't that something? You can have gangbangers. Say you got a gangbanger, right? Right. And the top gangbanger want to bang out his daughter. Do you know that gangbanger will allow the top leader gangbanger to bang out his daughter and turn his head because he wanted that relationship with that top gangbanger for the hood? Yeah, girl, that's what they be doing. And same for the CEO. You know, it'd be a lot of people work in the industry just like corporate and shit, you know, stock market, whatever. And the top men will hit on certain men's daughter underage, and they be doing stuff to their daughter. And these men will allow it because they want to have a relationship with the CEO. Yes, CEO. CEO. Y'all remember that from BAPS? CEO. Okay, yeah, they want to do it. They want to have a good relationship with the CEO, so they're gonna let that man do that dude with his underage daughter. He gonna look the other way. But guess what? It's back in our history. I don't know if you guys know, but still today, you have a lot of these men that give off their underage daughter to a lot of other men that's higher up, and they pay these men to take their daughter. Pretty much a lot of fathers treat their daughters like prostitutes, and a lot of fathers are the pimps of their own damn kids. You understand? So it's a lot of them like that, you know, and y'all just want to ignore it and bypass it. That's why y'all don't want to talk about it.
Hold it, Daddy.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. No, just it's better for them to view.
Okay, so let me address it. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby because the trauma has already set in. However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the goddamn trauma. See, when I made that post, it was intentional. It was intentional. It was intentional.
And let me say this too.
Ain't you said enough?
When we speak about the character, we don't know DL Hughley in the totality to speak about his character, but what we know is about his actions. So what we can say reasonably and factually is that when you have a man that said, essentially, that he didn't do right by his daughter, that seemed to me that it would create a level of humility that you wouldn't go after other people so vehemently in the manner that you do. So that's the moment when humility steps in and say, I have my own demons to deal with. So moving forward, the way in which I approach and go after people, I will not. You see, when MoNique went on his show trying to support her friend at that time, DL, and she was asked, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Stephens?
Hold on, nigga. Okay, why he talking in third party? They talking about you. What's his name? About to call this nigga Ricky Lake. That's what he look like, a damn Ricky Lake. Sydney, he's talking about you, Sydney. Sydney up here talking about MoNique's husband. Like he ain't MoNique's husband. Why you ain't say, they talked about me. Asked her about me sleeping with Lee Daniels. I guess he didn't want to put that in the sentence. Him sleeping with Lee Daniels. So he said, MoNique's husband. But ain't you MoNique's husband? You know what I mean? If anybody looking at this video did not know he was MoNique's husband, by him telling the story, you would have no idea he's talking about himself. What's wrong with you? I'm telling you something up. But let's go, because I get distracted real easy.
I have my own demons to deal with. So moving forward, the way in which I approach and go after people, I will not. You see, when MoNique went on his show trying to support her friend at that time, DL, and she was asked, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Stephens with a condom? That is a violation of a woman's whole position, because you're violating this black woman as you are violating your community, because you're trying to point out.
Did he violate you though? Why he acting fake and phony though? Did he violate you though? You ain't get offended? Comment, do y'all feel like he just acting like he's untouchable, like he don't have no feelings or something? Because he like, yeah, you said that affected the community. That affected MoNique. How did it affect you? You don't got no say-so in it? You don't feel no type of way? You don't feel like they coming after you? They don't feel like they calling you gay? They calling you zesty? How does that make you feel? You know, is it true? Is it not true? How do you feel? He just bypassed it. Like he don't, I don't know. I guess he's unbothered. I guess. Do y'all think he's unbothered by DL calling him zesty, and people call him zesty? Press 8 if you feel like Sydney is unbothered by gay rumors. Press 10 if you feel like he's just pressed and he just hide it well. He seems so unbothered, y'all. I tell you, he seems so unbothered. Okay?
He was asked, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Stephens with a condom? That is a violation of a woman's whole position, because you're violating this black woman as you are violating your community, because you're trying to point out this is a person who is this man and this woman here, and there are implications surrounding both of them that are unsaid, which is why he chose them. But now, like many sisters who have seemingly Stockholm syndrome, you've been captured and fallen in love with the captor that's violating you. Because if you're protecting an individual that said, I didn't do right by my daughter, and you're hearing a black woman saying, I went on his show as a friend, but he didn't do right by me. What do you guys think you have coming? What do you ladies think that you have coming? When black men or men tell you that you look like something is wrong, the reason why many of you, something is wrong, because you suffer in silence.
And please, Daddy, let me address something. When I hear y'all saying mind your business, did you say the same shit to DL when he talks about everybody's business? See, I didn't put DL's baby out there. It's an interview that's out there. DL told the story. What I did was posted the story to say, look at the character of the man. And that's
look at the action.
The actions of the man. See, what happens is, y'all, when you listen to this man speak so much about Kanye West and how he's stalking this woman and all that he's doing, and didn't understand that man was trying to protect his babies. You spoke, and if you did that to my daughter, I would do something about it. Well, you're talking with a forked tongue because something was done to your baby.
And when people said, oh, do you speak for all black women? Don't speak for all black women. She's speaking as a black woman for the trauma that black women had. For those of them who connect with it, you connect with it. Because the message that we're giving today is not for everyone. The message that we're trying to share today are for those individuals that are tired of being enslaved, are tired of thinking, because I may have to face the wrath of the tribe, I will go along with what's wrong to save my hide. The reality is, how can a black woman expect protection from her community? How can a black woman expect that when you
know
heard
what, Sydney, he want to be the advocate for black women now? Where were you at when Snoop Dogg calling black women dog face? Where were you at when all these men pound black women every single day? Where was Sydney and MoNique? They was out here telling black women, take off that dang bonnet. Take that bonnet off. Okay, that's what they were doing. Now all of a sudden they the biggest advocates for, come on now. But go ahead, comment, let us know. What do y'all think about this? I feel like if it was not for her and DL Hughley getting into it, this whole fuss right here, what he doing about black women, it would not even be a thing. Like, he wouldn't even be talking about it. He wouldn't even care. He trying to throw something up. They really trying to do a movement right now.
The message that we're trying to share today are for those individuals that are tired of being enslaved, are tired of thinking, because I may have to face the wrath of the tribe, I will go along with what's wrong to save my hide. The reality is, how can a black woman expect protection from her community? How can a black woman expect that when you heard what it is that he conveyed, and worst of all, to give excuses for an individual that continuously calls out people. See, because we're not here saying that one has to be perfect. We're not sitting here saying that everyone is perfect and we've never made mistakes, but the mistakes that we make, we have to own those mistakes. And in owning those mistakes, it creates, again, a level of empathy for those who we deem have made a mistake. When you hear DL talk, he does not talk empathetically about the individuals. As he said, in reference to MoNique, when she was on stage performing her job, that he eviscerates individuals in the manner that MoNique eviscerated him. And what happens is when a black woman decides to stand and fight against a man for the same things that if that man called that man out, it's okay.
Come on.
Well, and we will sit back. You heard the phone call of Tyler Perry saying, I was wrong and I'm going to make it right, and it hasn't been made right. And guess what? Most people are not up in arms about it. Why? Because it affects someone so insignificant as a black woman, and then be a big black woman on top of that. So for the black women out there that are in support of DL, know that it was a black man that brought it to our attention about that video. Brother Amir Sedan, much love to you.
And just so that we're clear, because people are saying, oh, well, why would you've been on that. We found that out last night. We just got a phone call out of nowhere.
From a black man saying he has never seen so many black men attacking black women. And if black men are going to refuse to protect the black woman, then what protection does the black man have? The community's link is weakened due to us allowing the black woman to succumb to the forces that be, and sometimes it's at the hands of the black man. I'm sitting here telling you as a black man that I had the opportunity, the terrible opportunity, of watching my father be physically abusive to my mother, beat her down.
That's sad.
Little one. I've heard stories about my grandfather doing the same thing. So that's generation after generation. What I refuse to do is sit back and allow that to happen on my watch. So when people see the irregularity of the black man and black woman sitting together, let's make it a commonality. Let's not make it so that it's so odd to see. Because what she's saying is you are worthy as a black woman of being treated equally. You are worthy as a black woman of being treated fairly. You are worthy as a black woman not to allow yourself to be beaten and allow the beater, the person who violated you, to get away with what it is that they've done. You deserve that. And when you have people that are on your side that happen to be of the opposite sex, utilize that relationship, because sometimes a woman can't connect with a man in the way that a man can verbalize to another man, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it was a black man that tipped us to that last night. Again, a brother, Amir Sedan, who brought that to our attention because he was tired of the treatment that the black women in the community are getting. And I'll say this before I pass it to you, my love.
Yes, Daddy.
They are far more black men, black husbands, black boyfriends, black men, gay, straight, whatever you want. But there are far more black men that are supportive of the black woman than the powers that be would allow you to know. And they're incensed to know that this has happened. When we say to white people and to the white policemen that we got to call out the bad ones and for what they do and the wrong that they do, we as the black community have to be bold enough to do the same thing. Don't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do.
See?
So right now, what they want y'all to do, they want y'all to call DL Hughley out. Yeah. It's a war. It's beef. They beefing now. MoNique versus DL Yeah, this a beef. This gonna be a nasty beef. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, DL Hughley, he got the whole Power Rangers. He got Steve Harvey. He got Ricky Smiley. He got Linnell. He got Vivica Fox. Kim Whitley. They all on DL's side. Ooh, this is a war, honey. And MoNique, all she got is her ride or die, Sydney. Oh, my goodness. You know, who else do MoNique got on her side? What celebrities? Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry, they over there playing footsies with each other. Mm-hmm. You don't think they fucking around? Child, you know they over there at the table drinking their Moet, you know, talking this shit, okay? Having a good old kiki. They don't give a fuck. So, MoNique, she's trying to rally her troops, you know? She's having a call for all black women. She wants y'all to rally around her and start this war. Yeah. June 19th, she ready for battle. Ain't this something else? I tell you. Let's go back.
I keep saying, I understand it. I keep saying, I understand the conditioning and the fear and traditionally how we've done this, how we continue to do this. And when y'all are saying, MoNique, why would you drag his daughter in it? Y'all not listening to the shit.
He dragged his daughter in it when he said
He
it.
told the story. Those are his words. If you go out there, you can see that interview. It's all over. But because I posted it on my page, now y'all are saying, MoNique, why are you attacking? Let me tell y'all something, and I want to be so clear about this shit, because when I see these kind of comments, listen, when I see comments like, you're going to get blackballed again, if that is the case, then so goddamn be it, y'all. It's because I'm speaking up and speaking out, but I was getting ready to say it. I don't like to say juicy words on here because the babies might be watching. But when you start getting in business with real cats, see, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, that's a real cat. See,
really?
Lee Daniels, that's a real cat. Though we had to go through the mud, baby. But at the end of the day, what he proved himself to be was a stand-up black man, because a genuine I am sorry, that proves yourself to be that genuine stand-up black man. So they out there. So for the ones that can't hold their shit, I don't want to be in business with them. Let me be clear. And for you black women, see, this is why I'm a little warm right now, y'all. I'm a little warm. Because, see, my daddy was DL Hughley. My daddy, even though he apologized, he went to his grave, and I still looked at him like, you a piece of shit. Because you talked a good game, but when your family needed your protection, you went in your bedroom and you drank yourself to sleep.
Oh, God.
See, I know that cat.
These
I know
black
him.
men, these black
So
men.
when I saw that story, and when that brother called and said, let me just give this to y'all. And y'all keep saying, oh, he apologized. He did. But when did an apology erase the trauma?
And that's not as much the issue about the apology.
Come on.
In conjunction with the trauma. And when you say you're bringing his daughter into it, what his daughter is getting right now is someone that's in alignment with her as a black woman who was abused by her brother. So that everything she has felt and everything that she feels moving forward, she knows that it's a level of confirmation, because no one knows what it is that that sister went through but that sister. And the other individuals who knows what it is to be violated, especially another black woman coming to her aid, that's a level of comfort that oftentimes doesn't happen, because again, we in our black community, from slavery to right now, have been trained, have been conditioned. Move forward. You got work to do. Keep that under the hat. You got to be ready for tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, one day, you break down. Why? Because you're not dealing with it openly and honestly. We as a community have to stop living in secret and be honest enough to speak openly. Because if we don't, we're going to suffer in silence. And then you wake up one day, this person did something to themselves and you didn't know why. You've got, again, people that won beauty pageants and they took themselves out. Why? Don't know. But we can't get better until we have these conversations aloud. I don't want to project the idea that he's a terrible human being.
Y'all doing that?
It's terrible that he doesn't realize as a human being what he said he did to his daughter. And if he is contrite about what he did, or if he is sorry about what he did to his daughter, then show empathy to the other individuals out there. You can have dialogue about anybody you want to have, but there's a respectful way to do it. Because if you notice, I ain't trying to talk about him terribly. I'm not, as a black man, what I think he did and allowed to happen, I don't understand it. But what I'll say is this, we got to talk about it.
And I want to address something. And this is the sad shit, y'all. This is the shit we done bought into.
Tell it.
When I hear people, because as I read your comments, I believe I can hear you. Why is he talking?
Yeah.
Why is he talking?
Talking too damn much.
Because he can. And he needs to. And he needs to. See, what we're trying to show is it's okay to trust each other. It's okay to have each other's back in a way, baby, that is so unbreakable. But when you have people like DL Hughley that finds a way to make fun of people's love, I want y'all to understand, baby, I'm not attacking DL Hughley's family by no means. I love that brother's family. What I'm doing is bringing light as the character as to who DL Hughley is. So for as long as y'all don't want to hear what you really need to be listening to, I didn't put anybody out there. That interview was all over the world. DL Hughley told the story. I didn't put anyone out there. Those stories never go away. That's there forever. He shared the story, and I want you to listen to how he shared it. It was almost a blowover.
And if you're wondering why I'm speaking,
come on,
because I'm not a star, I'm not a celebrity, then you can understand why in your everyday life people look at you. Why are you speaking? And when you're not courageous enough to speak up because people don't think that you are valid enough, you big enough, you a star, and you stay quiet, you've let them win. We don't care who's on our side as long as we're on the side of what's right. If you can prove us wrong, prove us wrong. If you can show that DL Hughley hasn't talked trash about people before and after he made that post, then we apologize. But if you can't show that, then you would have to ask yourself, how can a man betray his daughter by believing a friend that he likes a lot over the daughter that he's supposed to love, but then feel comfortable talking about other people and the things that they've done wrong? The only way you can do that is by not acknowledging the magnitude of what you've done wrong.
Our sweet community. Our sweet community, y'all. And we're watching it. We're watching it. We watching it. And all this privacy stuff, all this having in privacy. And there's a list out there of the people they say I had a problem with. Whoopi, Oprah, Tyler, Steve, Will Packer. Who else is on that list? Cheryl Underwood, Kim Whitley.
Vivica Fox.
It's quite a few people on the list. It might be about 10 people on the list.
Don't forget
what I would
Vivica.
suggest is get them all together. All of them. Let's do a BET town hall meeting. Let's do a meeting publicly. Let's have every last one of them tell them what their problem is with me. And what you'll find is with every last one of them, they try to bully or either talk foolishness and they got it handed back to them and they could not handle it. Get them all together.
And they point out all the people that she's had a problem with. But what they failed to mention is the details of why she has a problem.
We got a message. They say, Sydney, you the MFing problem. Yeah, honey. Miss 1111 just donated $5 and says Sydney is the problem. Do y'all agree with her? Press 11. If you feel like Sydney is not the problem, press 3. Now let's go. Hey.
With them. Yeah. And why they have a collective problem. Let's delve into the specifics because we as a community, we get caught up and we buy into generalities like a deal memo. People, woo, boom, bang, bang. Oh, he done dropped the bomb. He got it now. He got it now. A deal memo with no signatures, but y'all gonna question her contract because it came from our attorney. But y'all didn't notice that the deal memo came from his agent, not even from a legal standpoint, the agent. This is what they said that they wanted. That's why we got specific. So if we got to take the heat for saying we love the community so much that we're going to try to tell them the truth. We heard this wild story one time. We heard about this cat that took one fish and fed a whole group of people. He walked on water. He was for the people. He hated when he saw the vendors taking advantage of the people. And he did all this good. And he died on a cross. We heard a story about that. So when you hear about a cat that we ain't came close to in the sense of, we ain't never walked on water, we ain't took one fish. Now, we took some fish and may have fried it up, but there's enough fish for everybody. No miracle. And they put him on a cross, we know we ain't got nothing coming. So we not doing it for any other reason than for the people that are willing to listen, they'll hear it. For the people that don't, it's not meant for you. But when you keep getting mistreated, understand it's because you embolden the mistreater to take advantage of you and yours.
You know
what I want? Sydney, I want you to talk directly to the camera and tell Denzel Washington, tell DL Hughley how you feel. Tell him, stop talking about my wife or else, mother sucker. Talk to him directly. Stop putting MoNique in front like they say you're a puppet master. That's why you sit behind her and you got your hand up her ass and you make her talk. You put stuff in her mind. You know what I'm saying? They say he the puppet master. That hand is up that ass. And hold on, because we got some more chats. Okay, hold up. Let's give a big old thank you to, hey, watch this, donated $2. They say his eyes too small and beard too pointy. Let's give a big old thank you to Denny, donated $5. Hey, sweet babies. I just want to remind everyone to hit that button to help the GG with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, babies. Thank you, Dig Big. Thank you. All right, and let's give a big old thank you to Stacy Sinclair. Donated $10. MoNique need to see a therapist and take her husband with her. Both are full of it. I know that's right, girl. Let it on out. All right, so let's continue on.
And thank you for doing this live too. I guess my energy has calmed a little because when I was reading my timeline and I was answering some of y'all back, I had to because it was sisters. It was sisters, y'all.
Black women.
It's us saying that our little girls and our babies ain't worthy. It's what?
And Miss Spencer, when you say worry about yourself, that is the most selfish act you can do. Because if you worried about yourself just in the sense that you're talking about, that's selfish. But if you're truly worried about yourself from a humanitarian standpoint, that means you have to concern yourself with others. Because if you don't protect the individuals of the tribe, then there's no tribe to protect. And you are a part of the tribe, whether you want to admit it or whether you're not. Get healthy.
So, and oh, thank you for that word, because it just brought me to this. It makes me laugh, because it's laughable, when I see y'all put, Mo, you need to heal. You need to heal. And somebody would say, or I'm saying, what is it about me that you don't think I'm healed? Now, you're right. There was a time in my life that I needed to heal because I was traumatized. I was damaged. I was hurt. You are so right, my babies. But at this point in my life, that healing feels so good. That's why I talk out loud. See, there was a time when I needed to heal, but I was holding on to secrets. I was holding on to them. And when I started talking out loud, oh, that healing started feeling so good because I was able to say it out loud and not sleep with it. I was able to put it on stage and not bring it home to my family. So when y'all tell me about what I should and shouldn't say on stage, that's mine. That's mine, baby. And I'm going to say what I want to on that stage because that's also my therapy. You've seen some comedians' lives. Y'all have seen the stories. Well, some of them took themselves out of here because they just couldn't take it. Some of them mistreated their families. They could make the world laugh, but they couldn't make themselves laugh because they was holding on to demons. I ain't holding on to it. I'm going to say it out loud, boldly, and I'm talking about the kind of loud where y'all like, here she go again. Here I go again. Because what I have to do is be fearless for the babies that are fearful and don't believe they have a voice. I'm going to keep on talking, screaming, kicking to make sure that I do my best, that the ones coming after me don't have to scream or kick as loudly. So for the sisters that got a lot to say, especially the ones that know me, you have my number. You have my number. I saw to it that y'all had my number. See, what the black female comedians won't tell you is, I try to give my number to as many as I can to say, if you ever have any questions, if there's anything I can ever guide you on, please don't hesitate to call me.
Or just talk about it.
Or just want to talk. They won't give you that story. They won't give you that.
Well, Kim Whitley was kind enough to go on Comedy Hype and talk about you were a real friend, the type of friend that gets to the top of the mountain, as you did when y'all went up, what was that, Laurel Canyon?
Runyon, yes,
Runyon
sir.
Canyon. And then you got to the top. And as opposed to waiting for her, you went back down and you gave her your tie and you pulled up the mountain. When you have a woman that's decent enough to tell that story, but then they turn around and they attack the individual that was a friend that helped pull them up the mountain, you have to ask yourself, what type of sickness is being imposed on our community? What are we taking? How are we healing? We live in a world where pastors, preachers, they tell you, if you want prosperity, you got to pray to God. But their prosperity comes from praying on you. Now I know people really going to be on up in arms about that, because don't take away our God. We're not taking away your God. We're taking the illusions that have been imposed upon you about the things that surround you every day. Be comfortable in the truth. Because if you don't become comfortable in the truth, then that means you're becoming comfortable on the opposite. That's why you have a problem with what we're doing right now, and that you're right.
And if you have a problem with the content that we sharing, my sweet baby, click off. Click off. See, here's where we get foolish. And I want to address this too, because somebody said they didn't come for that. They came for a comedy show. Well, then you must have been blind and deaf. Because if you look at the video, them people was having a ball. I'm grateful when I walked out on that stage in Detroit. them beautiful folks stood to their feet. And when I left that stage in Detroit, those beautiful folks stood to their feet. So let me do my show the way I do it. And if you don't like that kind of show, then you would be a baby that would never buy tickets. We're on equal ground. But when you come to my show, I've always talked about my life. And those people welcome themselves into my life. For all those people that y'all got listed, I didn't call not one of them. Every last one of them called on me. So what happens is, my sweet people, when the powers that be, whatever that means, they've gotten so used to preying upon us, because they know what you going to do. You ain't going to do nothing. There are some men, not all, but there are some black men. Again, let me say it, not all, because there are some beautiful black men out there. But there are some black men like DL Hughley that like to prey on us. And when you turn it around.
And by praying, meaning I can say what I want to say to you.
Come on.
But I'm going to need you to have empathy for me when the tables are turned. Empathy should be reciprocated both ways. Again, there's an old saying in sales. You can say anything you want to say, but it's about the way in which you say it. So when you listen to the way he says it, and you listen to a black woman who comes out swinging, and then you're mad that a black husband is sitting there next to him, because I'm the one that's messing up her career, let the liquor tell it. But what in actuality what's happening is you're hearing someone say, we're going to put the ethics of the way we go about making our money over just chasing a bag. Because there are many of people that have chased the bag, but they got no inner peace. When you got inner peace and then you get the bag, then what do you have? So at the end of the day, we know that we have to run the risk of telling our community, the people that we love, the truth. And when you do that, you run the risk of being disliked by the community because they didn't want to hear it. We appreciate the love from the ones that do.
I'm just, I want to think about how I'm going to phrase this. When y'all are saying to me, MoNique, you should have just called him. Why? When I hear DL saying he gave me a chance to do what, DL? You're not in a position to give me a chance, brother. You're not in a position to give me a chance.
Why is he not in a position to give you a chance?
I'm not, what does he do?
In addition to that, because when we start speaking about the whole headlining and all that, he would have to be over you in order to give you a chance. And again, we're going to show you the bias that the black woman has to deal with. How does a man that was part of the Kings of Comedy, who was considered the opening act, the opening act, and there's no shade to the opening act. You need to have him. They set the tone of the show. He was very key to what it is that was the Kings of Comedy. And by all accounts, did a great job. But we're going to discount that this man was an opener and MoNique was the headliner for the Queens of Comedy. And somehow he's above her. Why? So the reason why I'm here is because we know the game is designed to pimp a butterfly. In the words of Brother Kendrick Lamar, you're trying to pimp the butterfly. And what I'm saying is, as a black man sitting here, respectfully not on my watch. Respectfully not on my watch. And there's many black men out there, as we can see in the comments, by the women and the men who can appreciate a couple. Now, a couple of what?
Hey, baby.
I don't know.
Hey.
But can appreciate a couple standing up simply for the community.
And let me just say this to y'all so y'all can understand this business. Because I keep saying this foolishness about he gave you a chance when his people told him not to work with you. That's not how this game works. That's not, a promoter will call and a promoter will say, I want this one, and this one. That's what the promoter will say, right? That's not, and if you want to do the show, you say yay or nay. They've called me about 2 shows with DL Hughley. What you need, Daddy, this? 2 shows. The one was in LA, Super Bowl weekend. He was on it, then he was off. And this one in Detroit. DL Hughley is an artist. That's it. He doesn't have a production. Well, I won't say that. I don't know if I'm having a production. I don't know any of that.
Necessary.
But what he wasn't in a position to do was give me a chance. And is he saying that just because he's a man? I want y'all to hear this, y'all. People that do a show with me, I don't give them a chance. That's the promoter. The promoter is paying them. The promoter is paying them. I'm not giving you a chance. Now, there some promoters will say, MoNique, who would you like on the show with you?
Well, your contract allows that.
All right, we got some interrupters. Let's give a big old thank you to TMKC. Donated $5. They said, between black women, MoNique deserves our support this time, y'all. They want to let you know who else. Stacy donated $15. Stacy said, please do not fall for everything black women and black men. This is drama for attention. She hasn't gotten in the last 12 years. All right, they coming through. Y'all know I love y'all interrupt the show with the cash apps or the cash. Hey, come on, interrupters. Who's going to interrupt today? We got another interrupter. Donated, Bam Bam donated $5. Thank you, Bam Bam. Okay, Bam Bam swag. Okay, we got another interrupter. Donated $5. TMKC said, who cares how much attention she had? Between black women, take a stand. Ooh, we got some drama between TMKC and Stacy Sinclair, honey. Ooh, Stacy, you gonna let you gonna let TMKC have the last laugh, girl. Stacy, you better come on with it. You better let TMKC know, okay? And TMCK, I know. That's all you gotta say? You don't got nothing else to say? Come on, you gotta be rooting for MoNique. We got people up in here. Your voice matters too. Let me start. Let me play.
This is who I want. But to say you were giving me a chance, DL, watch your mouth, brother. Because you selling the community fluff. What position were you in to give me a chance? When you were in a position to give someone a chance to protect them, that's not the chance you took.
And someone could argue, in the world of business today, if you can't provide a contract, if you don't have paperwork and a paper trail showing that you earn money, the world we live in today, people could construe that as getting paid under the table. So if you see somebody get paid on the table, but they calling you out because you actually have a contract, and I'm not saying that's what it is with DL. What I'm saying is, where's the contract and why do you handle it in that way from a business standpoint? You see what I'm saying? Because when you start talking,
I know that's right. Hold on, we gotta interrupt it. Okay, I know that's right. Take a stand. TMKC donated $20. Team MoNique. All right, we Team MoNique on this thing. Looking for Drama donated $1. Come on, with a name like Looking for Drama, you gonna have to drop more than 99 cents. Come on, Looking for Drama. Okay, I'm just playing. I appreciate it. All right,
one thing leads to another. You start peeling the banana back, and
peel that banana back.
If you start getting the treatment and the protection that you sometimes falsely try to put on the black man, then our black community would appreciate itself even more.
And for the folks that say I'm difficult to work with, don't y'all find it strange none of them will face me? So for the cowards that's in here, they're saying, but you're difficult to work with. Well, number one, you've never worked with me. But number two, why won't any of those people face me? Why won't any of them say, this is what the difficulty was? Because what they do is bank on our community just going along with the foolishness. And we oblige. We jump right on the bandwagon. That's why they're able to exploit us. That's why they're able to take advantage of us. Because what they know is they ain't going to stand together.
And when in the history of entertainment or anything else, have there been a barrage of black women trying to exploit society as we know it? The black woman has been the bearer of protection and services for the white man, the white woman, a black man. And as I've said before, who's been the one that's looked out for her historically? She's had to look out for herself, and black women get looked out for so little that it appears to be an egregious act when a black woman says, I've got to stand up for myself.
Ain't that sad?
And a black
women, where you been at, Sydney? You should have been stood up for the fight. They gotta call you gay in order for you to say something, stand up for women? Come on now. Okay, let's give a big old thank you. Come on, we got an interrupter. Mike Diddy interrupting. Donated $30, child. Thank you, Mike. Okay, Mike got the donated 30. Okay. Mike says, team, correct camera angle. Like MoNique, sis is giving vertical. You know, I ain't understand what that was. Okay, thank you, Mike. Let's keep on going on.
Sit there right with him.
Come on now, Daddy.
That nigga.
When y'all make comments about why didn't you address the promoter, again, y'all wasn't listening. The first thing I said on stage was the promoter was raggedy. That's the first thing I said. That's the first thing I said. That the promoter was raggedy. That's the first thing I said. But y'all skipped over that. See, this is the part that's really disheartening. I like to get down with my folks. I like to get down with the black promoters.
Well, guess what, MoNique? A lot of black people is not down with you. Girl, we got another interrupter. Stacy Sinclair just donated $25. Boo, hey. And they say the black community cannot be this gullible to fall for MoNique shenanigans. Y'all don't understand what MoNique doing. She playing y'all. Yeah. Because she's in a war with DL Hughley and Ricky Smiley and Linnell and Vivica Fox. And the list goes on.
Because I know how hard it is for the black promoters. So when they call, I take it as an honor, and I like to get down with them. Now, do we always run into the ones that's on the up and up? Not always. But then do we run into the ones that lay it out? See that show I did in Philly? His name was Raymond Anthony, right? Raymond Anthony. I did a show at the Keswick in Philly the night before Detroit. When I tell you, baby, they had it laid out. His mama was there. And when you get the food from mama, his mama made that food. Then family. Then when I get upstairs, there's a caterer upstairs that then catered the food and laid it out. I mean, it was just boom, 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 laid it out. When I get to Detroit and I get upstairs to my dressing room, if I could have shown y'all what the food looked like, it looked like it was picked over, touched with, messed around, cold, no heat to it, no nothing. There's a lunch meat tray that comes in there because some of the team like that lunch meat. I said, we can't even eat that. It was so thrown together, and that was a black man, y'all, with his daughters. So I started out that the promoters was raggedy. That's how I started that out. So again, please do us a favor. Take the time out to listen to what's being said and not just what you want to hear. Now, I don't say that in judgment, because there was a time I was guilty of that. There was a time Sydney and I would have conversations and I would repeat back what I thought I heard, and he would say, that's not what I said. That's not what I said, but that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to make it to be. And he would say, repeat back exactly what I said to you. And then when I repeat back exactly what he said to me, now I got to stand there and say, that's what you said, but I repeated what I wanted to hear. So I understand it.
And Ms. All Right, when you say, why did you do the show with him? When we saw that it was seemingly becoming a problem, MoNique said, hey, listen, let DL do this thing. I don't need to be on that show. Give it to him. If he got a problem with me, the promoters said, what was the episode from Good Times when they had the bad food and they had to go down to the supermarket?
Yes.
They brought the FDA guy in and he said, well, I'll taste it. Oh, no. They wanted MoNique to be on the show. So she tried to bow out gracefully. Tried to avoid any conflict. But when the promoter calls and says the reason why she has to go on to our attorney, because our attorney called in the middle of the show. When that happened, the promoter said, well, DL is not even in the building yet. So that means that he was late for the show based upon what the promoter said. That's not what we said. That's what the promoter said to our attorney. He wasn't even in the building, which some would argue that speaks to professionalism if that is in fact true. Okay? But again, you don't hear the giving, because what MoNique did was she put her ego to the side and said, I'm not going to deprive the people of a show and the flow of the show because I'm being done wrong. No, they going to get what they supposed to get. But so is DL.
But so is DL. And when y'all say, what's the name of the promoters? If you go through and you look at the information, it's right there. I believe it's New Day, but look at it for yourself. The name of the promoters is right there on the run of shows. You can see it. See, once again, y'all, remember what they would say about us. If you want to give them some information, put it in a book.
If you want to hide information.
If you want to hide the information, put it in a book, because they won't open it up. They'll just take somebody's word. Y'all just willing to take this man's word and not do your homework. So again, as I read some of these messages in here, the promoter is not the issue. The promoter was the issue. It was. However, so was DL Hughley.
And the issue happened before.
It happened before, y'all. DL Hughley, again, was going to get his ass handed to him because he's always had so much to say. And then today when I did the post, let me go back for the newcomers. When I did the post, it was intentional. Not when y'all say, you're traumatizing this baby. No, he already put it out there. It's already out there, babies. What I did and what we did was said, look at the character of the person. But y'all don't want to see that. But y'all want to give me a paper.
Actions.
That's a little amazing.
Of the person.
The actions of the person. You want to keep overriding it. So once again, any of the people that's on the list, that whomever keeps posting it and putting it out there, we're willing to sit down with all of them. And when y'all say, why are y'all having this conversation? Because we need it. We need it as a community, brothers and sisters. You don't see the crumbling. You don't see the tear down of us. You don't see what's happening in our educational system with our babies. You don't see what's happening out there in our neighborhoods, because we need it. We need it. If you don't feel like we need it, then damn it, you're part of the problem. We need to have these conversations and stop running from them and stop wanting to do it in private. You know how many times we've been taken advantage of in private? In private.
That's where the rape happens.
See, I've tried to have conversations in private. And when I had the conversation in private with a man named Tyler Perry, however, we had to record it because had I told y'all what he said and I didn't have his voice, y'all would have said I don't believe it. And even after I have the black man's voice saying what he did was wrong, y'all still saying, why would you record him?
Why would you record?
And y'all wonder why they don't have to pay us fairly. You wonder why they don't pay us fairly. Because we sit there and we say, why would you record the rapist? Why would you record the violator? That's the part that frustrates me with us, y'all. That's the part that makes me say, let me try to talk to my babies the best way I can. And if this is how I can reach y'all, damn it, this is how I'm going to reach y'all. If this is how we can get out, try to get into our babies and talk as best we can, then this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. See, if you notice, all the people on the list, tell me about the conversations they're having with the community. Tell me about the conversations that they're saying we got to do better. Tell me about the conversations that they're saying stick together. Tell me about the conversations that they're having with us saying we want you to have a healthy, happy marriage. Tell me about them conversations, y'all. The people you got on that list talk about boss stuff. Talk about being moguls. Talk about, listen. They talk about the airports that's flying into their home, but tell me about the ones that's talking about hold your head up. Tell me about the ones saying you got to have integrity and pride. Tell me about it. And y'all want to tell me about my performance on stage? All of y'all should be doing lives. All of y'all should be trying to reach just at least if you can get to one. Y'all get to questioning me about things that when you have stopped to have the conversation, then you want to backpedal on what you think you're saying to me. Yeah, I stand firm on the things I've said. When y'all want to say, and you want to bring up bonnets, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
and when
that's
I saw
what
a
we talking
beautiful
about,
sister at the airport in Atlanta, we actually took a picture together. She had on a bonnet. That baby was so chocolatey and so beautiful, I had to walk up to her and say, why ever would you want to hide all your beauty? And when that sweet baby came out that bathroom and you saw that beautiful natural hairstyle on that sweet sister, and with tears in her eyes and tears in mine, we held on to each other. So I'm not backing up. I'm not being quiet. I don't care if it's an all boys club. I don't care if the boys get together and want to support what they know is wrong. Yeah, I feel sorry for all of your wives and all of your daughters and all of your children. If you know you're supporting something that you know is wrong, and what my husband has always said to me, when you know you support what's wrong, you will succumb to what you support. So if y'all want me to go away and be quiet, don't come to where I play. Don't come to where I play. But if you come to where I play, I'm going to play the way I want to play.
Oh, she's getting bold, ain't she?
For those of you
she is getting bold
who say, oh, here she get ready to take herself there again.
There they go again.
For my community.
All right, y'all, listen here. I got some, look, I got to do something real quick, y'all. I got somebody at the door, okay? And we only got a few more minutes and I'm going to pick up the phone line. But I'm going to go back, all right? And I'm just going to play it here. You know what I mean? I'm going to play it all the way. Let's go from a little bit of beginning. You know? Don't be mad at me. I forgot I had. Okay, I'm going to play. Give me a minute. I'll be back, okay? Love y'all.
Conditioned. Move forward. You got work to do. Keep that under the hat. You got to be ready for tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, one day, you break down. Why? Because you're not dealing with it openly and honestly. We as a community have to stop living in secret and be honest enough to speak openly. Because if we don't, we're going to suffer in silence. And then you wake up one day, this person did something to themselves and you didn't know why. You've got, again, people that won beauty pageants and they took themselves out. Why? Don't know. But we can't get better until we have these conversations aloud. I don't want to project the idea that he's a terrible human being, but it is terrible that he doesn't realize as a human being what he said he did to his daughter. And if he is contrite about what he did, or if he is sorry about what he did to his daughter, then show empathy to the other individuals out there. You can have dialogue about anybody you want to have, but there's a respectful way to do it. Because if you notice, I ain't trying to talk about him terribly. I'm not, as a black man, what I think he did and allowed to happen, I don't understand it. But what I'll say is this: we got to talk about it.
And I want to address something. And this is the sad shit, y'all. This is the shit we done bought into. When I hear people, because as I read your comments, I believe I can hear you. Why is he talking? Why is he talking? Because he can. And he needs to. And he needs to. See, what we're trying to show is it's okay to trust each other. It's okay to have each other's back in a way, baby, that is so unbreakable. But when you have people like DL Hughley that finds a way to make fun of people's love, I want y'all to understand, baby, I'm not attacking DL Hughley's family by no means. I love that brother's family. What I'm doing is bringing the light as the character as to who DL Hughley is. So for as long as y'all don't want to hear what you really need to be listening to, I didn't put anybody out there. That interview was all over the world. DL Hughley told the story. I didn't put anyone out there. Those stories never go away. That's there forever. He shared the story, and I want you to listen to how he shared it. It was almost a blowover.
And if you're wondering why I'm speaking,
Come on.
because I'm not a star, I'm not a celebrity, then you can understand why in your everyday life people look at you. Why are you speaking? And when you're not courageous enough to speak up because people don't think that you are valid enough, you big enough, you a star, and you stay quiet, you've let them win. We don't care who's on our side as long as we're on the side of what's right. If you can prove us wrong, prove us wrong. If you can show that DL Hughley hasn't talked trash about people before and after he made that post, then we apologize. But if you can't show that, then you would have to ask yourself, how can a man betray his daughter by believing a friend that he likes a lot over the daughter that he's supposed to love, but then feel comfortable talking about other people and the things that they've done wrong? The only way you can do that is by not acknowledging the magnitude of what you've done wrong.
Our sweet community. Our sweet community, y'all. And we're watching it. We're watching it. We watching it. And all this privacy stuff, all this having in privacy. And there's a list out there of the people they say I had a problem with. Whoopi, Oprah, Tyler, Steve, Will Packer. Who else is on that list? Cheryl Underwood, Kim Whitley. It's quite a few people on the list. It might be about 10 people on the list. What I would suggest is get them all together. All of them. Let's do a BET town hall meeting. Let's do a meeting publicly. Let's have every last one of them tell them what their problem is with me. And what you'll find is with every last one of them, they try to bully or either talk foolishness and they got it handed back to them and they could not handle it. Get them all together.
And they point out all the people that she's had a problem with. But what they failed to mention is the details of why she has a problem with them. Yeah. And why they have a collective problem. Let's delve into the specifics, because we as a community, we get caught up and we buy into generalities like a deal memo. People, woo, boom, bang, bang. Oh, he done dropped the bomb. He got it now. A deal memo with no signatures, but y'all gonna question her contract because it came from our attorney. But y'all didn't notice that the deal memo came from his agent, not even from a legal standpoint. The agent, this is what they said that they wanted. That's why we got specific. So if we got to take the heat for saying we love the community so much that we're going to try to tell them the truth. We heard this wild story one time. We heard about this cat that took one fish and fed a whole group of people. He walked on water. He was for the people. He hated when he saw the vendors taking advantage of the people. And he did all this good. And he died on a cross. We heard a story about that. So when you hear about a cat that we ain't came close to in the sense of we ain't never walked on water, we ain't took one fish. Now we took some fish and may have fried it up, but there's enough fish for everybody. No miracle. And they put him on a cross. We know we ain't got nothing coming. So we not doing it for any other reason than for the people that are willing to listen, they'll hear it. For the people that don't, it's not meant for you. But when you keep getting mistreated, understand it's because you embolden the mistreater to take advantage of you and yours.
You know, my, and thank you for doing this live too. I guess my energy has calmed a little because when I was reading my timeline and I was answering some of y'all back, I had to. Because it was sisters. It was sisters, y'all. It's us saying that our little girls and our babies ain't worthy. It's what?
And Miss Spencer, when you say worry about yourself, that is the most selfish act you can do. Because if you worried about yourself just in the sense that you're talking about, that's selfish. But if you're truly worried about yourself, from a humanitarian standpoint, that means you have to concern yourself with others. Because if you don't protect the individuals of the tribe, then there's no tribe to protect. And you are a part of the tribe, whether you want to admit it or whether you're not. Get healthy.
So, and oh, thank you for that word because it just brought me to this. It makes me laugh because it's laughable. When I see y'all put, Mo, you need to heal. You need to heal. And somebody would say, or I'm saying, what is it about me that you don't think I'm healed? Now, you're right. There was a time in my life that I needed to heal because I was traumatized. I was damaged. I was hurt. You are so right, my babies. But at this point in my life, that healing feels so good. That's why I talk out loud. See, there was a time when I needed to heal, but I was holding on to secrets. I was holding on to them. And when I started talking out loud, that healing started feeling so good because I was able to say it out loud and not sleep with it. I was able to put it on stage and not bring it home to my family. So when y'all tell me about what I should and shouldn't say on stage, that's mine. That's mine, baby. And I'm going to say what I want to on that stage because that's also my therapy. You've seen some comedians' lives. Y'all have seen the stories. But some of them took themselves out of here because they just couldn't take it. Some of them mistreated their families. They could make the world laugh, but they couldn't make themselves laugh because they was holding on to demons. I ain't holding on to it. I'm going to say it out loud, boldly, and I'm talking about the kind of loud where y'all like, here she go again. Here I go again. Because what I have to do is be fearless for the babies that are fearful and don't believe they have a voice. I'm going to keep on talking, screaming, kicking to make sure that I do my best, that the ones coming after me don't have to scream or kick as loudly. So for the sisters They got a lot to say, especially the ones that know me. You have my number. You have my number. I saw to it that y'all had my number. See, what the black female comedians won't tell you is, I try to give my number to as many as I can to say, if you ever have any questions, if there's anything I can ever guide you on, please don't hesitate to call me.
Or just talk about it.
Or just want to talk. They won't give you that story. They won't give you that.
Well, Kim Whitley was kind enough to go on Comedy Hype and talk about you were a real friend, the type of friend that gets to the top of the mountain, as you did when y'all went up, what was that, Laurel Canyon?
Runyon, yes,
Runyon
sir.
Canyon. And then you got to the top. And as opposed to waiting for her, you went back down and you gave her your tie and you pulled up the mountain. When you have a woman that's decent enough to tell that story, but then they turn around and they attack the individual that was a friend that helped pull them up the mountain, you have to ask yourself, what type of sickness is being imposed on our community? What are we taking? How are we healing? We live in a world where pastors, preachers, they tell you, if you want prosperity, you got to pray to God. But their prosperity comes from praying on you. Now I know people really going to be on up in arms about that, because don't take away our God. We're not taking away your God. We're taking the illusions that have been imposed upon you about the things that surround you every day. Be comfortable in the truth. Because if you don't become comfortable in the truth, then that means you're becoming comfortable on the opposite. That's why you have a problem with what we're doing right now, and that you're right.
And if you have a problem with the content that we sharing, my sweet baby, click off. Click off. See, here's where we get foolish. And I want to address this too, because somebody said they didn't come for that. They came for a comedy show. Well, then you must have been blind and deaf. Because if you look at the video, them people was having a ball. I'm grateful when I walked out on that stage in Detroit, them beautiful folks stood to their feet. And when I left that stage in Detroit, those beautiful folks stood to their feet. So let me do my show the way I do it. And if you don't like that kind of show, then you would be a baby that would never buy tickets. We're on equal ground. But when you come to my show, I've always talked about my life. And those people welcome themselves into my life. For all those people that y'all got listed, I didn't call not one of them. Every last one of them called on me. So what happens is, my sweet people, when the powers that be, whatever that means, they've gotten so used to preying upon us, because they know what you gonna do. You ain't gonna do nothing. There are some men, not all, but there are some black men. Again, let me say it, not all, because there are some beautiful black men out there. But there are some black men like DL Hughley that like to prey on us. And when you turn it around.
And by praying, meaning I can say what I want to say to you.
Come on.
But I'm going to need you to have empathy for me when the tables are turned. Empathy should be reciprocated both ways. Again, there's an old saying in sales. You can say anything you want to say, but it's about the way in which you say it. So when you listen to the way he says it, and you listen to a black woman who comes out swinging, and then you're mad that a black husband is sitting there next to him, because I'm the one that's messing up her career, let the liquor tell it. But in actuality, what's happening is you're hearing someone say, we're going to put the ethics of the way we go about making our money over just chasing a bag. Because there are many of people that have chased the bag, but they got no inner peace. When you got inner peace and then you get the bag, then what do you have? So at the end of the day, we know that we have to run the risk of telling our community, the people that we love, the truth. And when you do that, you run the risk of being disliked by the community because they didn't want to hear it. We appreciate the love from the ones that do.
I'm just, I want to think about how I'm going to phrase this. When y'all are saying to me, MoNique, you should have just called him. Why? When I hear DL saying he gave me a chance to do what, DL? You're not in a position to give me a chance, brother. You're not in a position to give me a chance.
Why is he not in a position to give you a chance?
I'm not, what does he do?
In addition to that, because when we start speaking about the whole headlining and all that, he would have to be over you in order to give you a chance. And again, we're going to show you the bias that the black woman has to deal with. How does a man that was part of the Kings of Comedy, who was considered the opening act, the opening act, and there's no shade to the opening act. You need to have him. They set the tone of the show. He was very key to what it is that was the Kings of Comedy. And by all accounts, did a great job.
And not record we actually took a picture together. So if y'all want me to go away
fast forward this shit.
and be quiet, don't come to where I play.
Yeah.
Don't come to where I play. But if you come to where I play, I'm going to play the way I want to play.
Play it, girl. Play it.
For those of you who say, oh, here she get ready to take herself there again.
There they go again.
For my community, I'll take myself there.
Take it.
It's a damn shame that you won't.
And part of the reason for that is because when you know what it is to be violated and nobody has your back, you know you got to fight the fight sometimes alone. But when you get in a position that you can make some noise, because at one time, her voice was deemed as being irrelevant. When she got to Hollywood, she was told that big, cute, sexy thing you doing, that ain't gonna work. Academy Award and 32 years of comedy in the game and a 23-year running sitcom says differently. And this conversation is really us saying to the folks out there, believe what you're seeing, believe it. And when you see the truth, don't be afraid to stand up against it, because if you don't, the lie, it's going to sit you down. It's going to come back to get you.
And when somebody say, MoNique, you the problem, you damn right. You damn right I'm the problem. You damn right I'm the problem.
No, they said it's not you, it's him. He's the problem.
No, if this baby keep putting it in, baby, MoNique, you the problem. You are the problem. Well, let me address it. You damn right I'm the problem. I'm the problem because I won't let you push. I'm the problem because I won't let you bully.
Okay.
So I'm okay with being the problem. It's okay. One time my husband said to me, Mama, don't run from people's words. Let them have what they're saying. You're right. I will agree to that. I am the problem. But
why?
Because I won't let you push and bully. Because I won't let you take advantage. I won't let you exploit. I won't let you do that, my babies. So again, my sweetnesses, we want to thank y'all for giving us your time. Even the ones that stayed in here the whole time and said, we the problem. What we doing? You love us so much that you stayed.
Miss Things, thank you. We're going to be the fucking problems. That's right.
Is that what that baby girl said?
Be the problem, sis.
Hey!
Be the problem.
We love you, sweet babies.
For free.
Now listen, June 18th, in Raleigh, North Carolina, at the Duke Energy Center.
Give it to him.
All right,
at the Duke Energy Center. But wait a minute, before I give it to him, can I just say something real quick?
No, you cannot.
Somebody just said, when you going to roast Corey Holcomb? I'm not. Corey Holcomb has been doing Corey Holcomb, baby, for years, honey.
Corey been after you, girl.
I'm cool with Corey Holcomb. Get yours, baby. Get yours. DL Hughley, on the other hand, that's a different story. So again, June 18th, Duke Energy Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. I told y'all I leave the stage, right? And that stage, we're going to put it on the stage. So I love it.
Calling 240, you're live on the air, 240.
Hey, what's going on? This is Mr. Sir Charles calling from D.C. What
Come
is
on,
new,
DC?
D.C.?
What's up, DC?
Okay. I just want to say,
yeah.
D.C. in the house.
Okay.
I definitely want to say I'm fucking with MoNique. She is from the DMV, and I'm fucking with her. And I feel like for DL Hughley even get into all this with a black woman on this type of level is some little bitch shit on his part, because I feel like he should have just waited until he got his next turn on stage. If she had to wait 10 years or whatever, how many years to wait till she got on stage, notice she could have said this on live. She could have did da-da-da. She waited till she got her chance. They just gave her a chance again after being blackballed or whatever the case may be, right? So all of a sudden she got a chance, and she did what she had to do. He should have waited till he got his ass on stage, but instead he got his feelings and started making Instagram videos. I wouldn't even address her. I would have made my wife address her. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Am I making sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I also want to say to the real ones that's going to recognize real, like, I feel like I'm one of them, you're one of them, because I feel like you like, girl, why every time on live you talking like this? I want that raw MoNique. But I feel like she has to do that for, imagine we real, right? It's not a lot of us out there. So now what we got to do professional-wise, and now I got to, every time I'm on live on Instagram, I got to be like, my babies, my sweet babies. But when she hit that stage, she could be her real self and tell her real tea and give it to her. We just got to know how she working. But at first I was like, I hate that shit too. Like, girl, why every time I'm on live, you talking about my babies and the bonnet? But then when I go to your comedy show, you talking about motherfuckers, you know, on DL and all this, you running across the stage, losing your breath, everything. Like, you get what I'm saying, GG?
Yeah, I like her on that stage running around. I like that. That was entertaining.
I like her too. That's her real self, because she could be her real self at the show. But when she can't say that on live, because we too sensitive as a society now. You see how she got to act now? She got to play herself to a certain way to appeal publicly. And I feel like she's been having a lot of problems with a lot of people, because, like, I think about me back in the day, people say maybe I was problematic, but I was always popular. But I was always, you know, I just never knew, oh, I had this talent. Everybody looking at me to have this talent, but I don't even recognize it within myself. But anyway, I think she recognized it, but she's one of the talents that's going to speak out.
Right.
So all y'all having an issue with her because y'all reach out to her and y'all do work with her, and then after y'all do work with her, she don't do what y'all think that she should fall on to do, and now y'all turning on her. All you people who was clapping for MoNique when she got that motherfucking Oscar, y'all need to still be standing with her ass now.
All right. Well, I thank you, boo. We're going to let you go. Calling from 678, you're live on the air. 678. Hello? I'm going to let your ass go. You there?
Yes. Hello. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So what's your thoughts on MoNique?
You know, I think that's real talk. I mean, there was a lot of things that I agree with her, as far as when there's a monster who is wreaking havoc and calling you out your name, making your character just going about your character and trying to make you out as the big bad wolf. that monster is, of course, going to want things to go on behind the scenes, because that monster does not want to show its ugly head in the public, because it all changes when that monster shows what it really is. And I feel like that resonated with me, because there's a lot of people I've seen that do that. You try to do things in behind the scenes, but nothing changes. It's only when things are put out in public then you have somewhat of a change. So I say, yeah, you have to speak your truth. She's tired of the same thing going on over and over again behind the scenes. So now I got to air your shit out, you know? Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to speak on, I don't know whether or not, I don't know when she and her husband became the ambassadors or the morale of the black community. I can't speak on that. But I do agree, I do believe there is a thing where women, especially black women in our community, and it's in our faces because she's in the entertainment, we're seeing that they want to shut down the black woman voice. And she can't have this much power. It's a whole dynamic of power structure. And I have seen that in my personal life. And you can just imagine how big of a monster it is in the entertainment business. I believe her 100%. She's a Sag. I'm a Sag. I know when people, especially when people piss you off, they want to make you look like the angry black man, the angry black woman. In her case, she has to do that, sweetie, and all that, sweet babies and all that, in order to calm her ass down. It's a whole psychology, because she really wants to say, you motherfuckers, you know, excuse me, but she wants to say that, but they're going to make her out to be the angry black woman. So she has to say those words to kind of calm her down. It's a whole psychology behind it. When you say words like that, it calms you down. You know?
Yeah, you gave me a lot to think about.
To her people, her audience.
Yeah,
so it's a way of, you know, it's lovely love words, you know, like little kitty words, you know, that you say to people that you kind of like, you just have reverence for, but it's also to calm her ass down.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that. I thank you for calling. You gave me some stuff to think about, boo. All right, we're going to let you go. Call in 917. You're live on the air. Call in, y'all. We're going through these calls. Call in 917. What's up, baby?
What's up? I'm just calling. Okay, well, I just feel that, yes, she's masterful at mixing the truth with her BS. Yes, it's very true that black women have it hard, that we, you know, are not valued the way that we should. But what does that have to do with how she conducts herself? What does that have to do with this situation right here? This is a promoter and her situation. DL did not make a deal with her. You know what I mean? So for her to use that as the voice, it doesn't make sense to me. And then she says that DL said stuff to her, you know, back in the day. I don't know, like if it was that serious, why didn't she just talk to him before she went on stage? So I just feel like, and as far as today is the reason why I'm calling, her bringing up this video of a 6-year-old video to help her grievances against him, I think it's low. And that's all. I just think it's low.
All right. Well, I thank you for calling. All right. You heard what she said. Caller 854, you're live on the air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Hey, baby, I'm good. I love your show.
Thank you, boo-boo.
Okay.
Thank you, boo. Go ahead.
Okay, this is my problem. When you see all of these black women, and to myself, if everybody really supports MoNique, why don't, whenever she has a show, it should be sold out? I mean, you're talking one thing, but when the woman has a show, who buying the tickets? I mean, just the black community, because she's not doing large stadiums. If it's true support, put your money where your mouth is. Now, that's just facts. So, and as far as what she did to me, the way I look at it, when she put that video up there, she re-exploited a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you open up. She took the low blow because in order to punch the daddy, DL, in the face, you re-exploited a black little girl's trauma.
Yeah, that was kind of low. That was dirty. That was dirty right there.
Yeah, because when you talk about I gotta protect the black little girl, that was a little black girl when that happened at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you gonna fight, to me, that's where she takes an L at. If you gonna fight him, but don't use his child's trauma as a weapon.
That was all Sydney.
That
was her husband telling her to do that. Yeah, use that, MoNique. Go ahead, do that. That was all her husband.
He put her up to that?
You know he did. Because he mad that DL called him out as zesty. He mad. DL was like, I know you ain't talking about me being with other men with the husband you laid up with. You know he feels some type of way. And then you notice he never act like he act like it don't bother him. He be like, yeah, that's disrespectful to MoNique's husband. That's disrespectful to the black community. But he never personalize it. So of course he's human. He gonna personalize. He just don't want your ass to know he feeling some type of way. So he's gonna go after him in different types of way, like telling her to talk about that daughter. That's gonna hurt his ass. Yeah, you hurt me, but I'm gonna act like you didn't hurt me. So I'm gonna act like I'm unbothered, and I'm just gonna tell her, yeah, you need to get him because he talked really bad about you, but in the inside he really feeling some type of way. But he's not gonna show that. He doing a good job with that.
Well, see, to me, unfortunately, I never had that experience growing up, but I have friends that have been violated when they were little. How many black little girls? And that right there was so unnecessary because it was so many other ways she could have still kept tagging DL if that was the case. But when she did that, that's where she take a L, in my opinion. Because she re-traumatized. She re-traumatized that girl. And that's just you just can't defend that. You can defend some other stuff, but not that right there. You can't have a.
Well, she said the reason why she offended it, and the reason why she offended, and I'm gonna act like I'm her or in her shoes, right? It was personal to me. I just heard about this shit last night. That was my daddy. Yeah, my daddy knew something was going on with me, and he looked the other way, same as DL Hughley. So yeah, I take it personal. I do. And I can't stand people like DL because of that situation. He just like my daddy. He just like my brother. And we got a lot of black men out here in the community that's just like a DL, and they need to be stopped, but they don't want it to be talked about. And
90
I wonder why.
seconds.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's my thing. Wasn't his whole point in saying that is that black women need to be protected because I have guilt. I will never be able to make that up.
Well, yeah,
I didn't believe my own
and he
side.
should have guilt.
Okay,
I understand that was his message, but he already did it. He did it. You can't get no sorry from that.
But girl, he can't go back and change it. He's trying to spread the word. Don't do what
60 seconds.
And that takes real courage to admit.
Yeah,
as a father, I let my child
well,
down.
you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to give praise to people that should tell the truth already. He should have been said something about that. I'm not going to praise because he doing right. He doing right. He still did what he did to his daughter. And you know what? It's almost like he's doing it himself. How dare you?
No,
you're his father.
No, come on.
Now you know I'm role playing, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Let's get back.
Girl, you got a role playing, girl.
I forgot. You were so good at it, girl.
Oh shit! Don't have me out here like that, okay?
10 seconds.
You better call up Tyler Perry. You were so good.
I should call Tyler. Shit, I should go over there and knock on his damn door. What's up, Tyler? Come on now, nigga.
Well, thank you, baby. Thank you. Let me get my work.
I love you, girl. I love your energy.
Girl,
all right, I'm going to let you go. All right, I'm going to hang up so y'all can call on in, all right? Yeah.
Thank you for using Blog
Y'all
Talk
better
Radio.
call in this motherfucker now. Okay. Now, please like this video. We are begging for likes. We are begging for likes on this thing. True, he condoned it. You was right. He knew what was going on. How dare you go and ignore your baby, your daughter, and not even question your friend. Where is this friend at now? You know, he can't air his friend out. We want to see a picture of this nigga. Cause we need to be on an outlook. Who he could be doing it? You know he gonna do it to other little girls cause he got a problem. He love them little peoples. So yeah, we need to know his name, where he lives, his face. We also need to know what he did for a living. What was his major in school? What's his zodiac sign? Where he come from? You know, we need to know these things. Was he in church? Was he not in church? Did he believe in God? What's going on? You know what I mean? We need to know these things. So please like this video.
Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 20
I know y'all better
seconds.
call the number. What's your number, Ashley? Ashley, what's
Your
your
show
number?
will go live in 5 seconds. 4,
I can't
3,
talk because she
2,
keep talking.
1.
Ashley, what's your number, Ashley?
Blog
Dan?
Talk Radio.
What's your number, Ashley? Dan? All right, so the phone lines are open. It's gonna count down so you guys can air it all out. Talk. Ashley, Dan. I said, what's your number, boo? Ashley. Ashley, now you know I ain't know that was your ass on that goddamn line. Ashley, don't do that. Ashley, you know I don't know your number. Ashley and the goddamn Q talking about. I skipped over. I don't know people's number. I guess Ashley said, fuck it, I ain't calling back no more. Okay, Ashley, come on, call in. I got you, Ash. Ashley, I got you. Call in. I'm waiting on Ashley. 601. Come on, what you waiting on? Okay, the call line is free. All right, ain't nobody call. I guess Ashley gonna try to teach my ass a lesson. Yeah, Ashley said she gonna teach my ass a lesson. She said never again. She's been sacrificed by her own daddy. She can't please everybody. Okay, calling 601. You're live on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Miss G?
Hey, Ashley, girl,
Okay.
I didn't know it was you.
Hey.
Girl, if I knew it was you, girl, I would have. I didn't know.
No, it's okay.
Go
no,
ahead.
Ma'am, it's okay. Okay, this is what I want to say, okay? So, I thought it was such a beautiful thing when MoNique and Lee Daniels made peace, but my thing is, I don't know exactly the situation concerning DL's daughter, like, being, raped.
Touched.
Like, I don't know the circumstances with that as to why, like, everybody's been, well, she said that he failed his daughter by that or whatever. My thing is this, though, regardless, that's, like, below the belt. Like, that's, like, really below the belt. And I don't know if people realize, like, but I watched a documentary before on him, and he's, like, extremely close to his daughter, so that when she actually came out, he was kind of hurt that she was afraid to tell him because he said his daughter is his best friend. So I'm quite sure that situation right there with her saying that has really, like, struck a bad.
Girl, Ashley.
On the flip side, though, he's wrong. He's wrong.
Ashley, can I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
How is DL feeling right now? You know he going through it. He is running up and down the hallway stairs saying, I'm going to get her ass. I'm going to get her ass. I'm gonna get you,
Right.
MoNique. MoNique, how dare you talk about my goddamn daughter and my situation, ho? You big motherfucker there. Oh, I'm gonna get your ass, Sydney. Sydney, you got a goddamn nerve. You sitting up there, nigga. I got something for your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna get all the niggas on my goddamn talk show to air your motherfucking ass out. All your hoes and your threesome motherfucker. Ooh, they get on my goddamn nerve. I'm coming for your ass. Okay, yeah.
This man ain't had no sleep. This ain't had no kind of sleep.
Oh,
He
yeah.
found a way to get her back. Because that touched the nerve.
Oh, you know it did.
So, yeah. Right. He probably thinking all kind of ways.
I said,
he's so pissed off. I can feel the fumes all the way here in another state. Yeah, I'm sure he's so pissed.
I'm going to get her ass blackballed for real. I bet his ass going to get her. And guess what? Not only is he pissed, do you know who's going to be more pissed than him? Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley take it very personal. Ricky Smiley said DL Hughley is his mentor. And that's like his godfather.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know how these men are, the black men, they really look out for other men. Don't you know how they was riding for Kevin Samuels? That's how they gonna ride for DL Hughley in the comedy world. Yep. So yeah, other people gonna take it very personal now. You don't have to worry about DL. Other people gonna take it personal.
Well, see, that's the thing too. I saw where Ricky Smiley had posted a video, but I didn't watch his. You know, and so, but I didn't know that he was like a mentor to him or whatnot. But DL, you know, what he did was kind of wrong, like working behind the scenes all this time, and then it was at one point said that he didn't want to. It's a couple of shows he turned down because she was gonna be there. That is crazy to me.
He was scared of her.
So crazy.
He was scared of her. He didn't want to tussle with He didn't want to tussle with her. You know, he was afraid it was going to be some drama, and he was trying to avoid her because he didn't want no drama. And he said, look what it got him. You know, he's been trying to avoid this.
But see, that's my thing right there. Why did he think it would be drama with him in particular, though?
With him and MoNique, he said he felt like it'd be drama because she's into it with so many people, and he doesn't want to be another person on that list.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got that. Okay.
And he said, look, see what's happened now, you know?
Yeah. And see, this is my thing, too. DL, you know, with her just now coming back out and everything now, into back into the industry and being so fresh that she's back now, you know, it's like don't burn bridges right now because they'll turn around and blackball you again with the quickness. And this time you won't be able to come back from it, you know. So you have to kind of pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to pick and choose your battles and stuff.
Who's going to hire her?
You know,
right?
He knows it was wrong.
Right.
Like, this is your one. You know what I'm saying? This is when your sisters have been dragged through the mud and then some.
Yeah, but maybe she's not concerned because about blackball because she know 50 Cent is going to ride with her. And 50 Cent don't care about being blackballed. She gonna get it from 50 Cent. And she even told y'all she don't care about getting Cassidy money. She can live poor as long as she got that Sydney. She fine. Take that Sydney away from her, and then it's a problem. As long as she got that Sydney, she don't give a fuck about what y'all do and the money. She don't care about none of that. She care about that Sydney now. That's what she care.
Right. Well, okay. She care about daddy so much. Daddy, this and daddy, that.
Oh, girl, you know you remind me of. You know you remind me of.
You know, if he,
I said, do you know what you remind me of, that song? Do you know you remind me of? You want me to sing it? It's Tamar's song. I know he called me daddy. Daddy. Love he call me daddy. I know he getting in the panties. What she say? I know you call me daddy. I know he getting in the panties. Daddy. All night, Shawanda and Cam it on. Oh shit! I love that little beat. Now you know what? That song would have went viral. She should have had a little house beat on that and really, really spin that. That was a good viral. That was so damn catchy. Okay, I know he getting in the panties. Okay, go ahead.
Listen, if she get blackballed and he leave her, cause he as long as she's good with the and able to provide, I'm sure he's gonna stay. But let him mess around and get blackballed for good. I wonder if he's gonna stay there. She gonna be singing another tune. She gonna be singing, why does it hurt so bad? Why do I feel so sad? That's what she gonna be singing. Or I'm going down.
Okay, girl, you can sing. You got a nice voice on you.
Thank you, Miss G.
You got a nice voice on you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. But I just wanted to kind of voice my opinion on that, because, that was below the belt, seriously, with the daughter thing, So I'm hoping that they could act like adults and do a little better than this year, because this is crazy.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. Yeah. But we will definitely see her working with Lee Daniels because he owe her. And we're going to definitely see her working with 50 Cent, of course. And you definitely going to see her working with Tyler Perry because he wants a good relationship with her. He don't want to be on the outs. So she's already booked and busy. Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and 50 Cent. Who else does she need? Who else does she need for real?
True. That's true. But listen, did you see how quickly, though, everything was squashed? When 50 Cent said what he said, it was like right after he said what he said, that's when everything came about with her and Lee Daniels making peace. So one thing about 50 handles his business. He means what he says, and he says what he means. So shortly, right after that, is when they made up. You know what I'm saying? Her and Lee Daniels. So 50 has, I know he can be a little petty at times, but 50 has a wonderful mindset when it comes to business and maneuvering things in the industry or whatever. Like, 50 got a lot of pull. And as long as she has him on his side, on her side, I believe she will always have something. She don't always make decisions good.
All right. I know that's right. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go, boo.
My music and stuff.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to sing you some of my music, Miss G.
All right. I didn't know you'd be doing that. Okay, girl. I'll be looking out for it. All right. Let's give a big old thank you to Bama Girl donating $10. They said 50 will turn on you in a New York minute. Gigi, you have the best life, but Mo and Daddy working my nerves. Girl, they working my nerves too, okay? They need to sit down somewhere. All right, calling 518. You're live on the air, 518.
Hi, Gigi. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. Just wanted to call you and hear your voice.
Okay,
so...
Go ahead.
So I'm basically wanting to talk about MoNique and Sydney. Do you consider... Let me ask you a question. Do you consider Sydney as a conscious black man?
Because I don't know what I consider as goddamn Sydney. What you mean conscious?
Or do you consider him as a scammer? My thing with Sydney is I don't know if he's like putting MoNique up to say these things, because it seems like MoNique really can't say a lot of these things without him sitting behind her. It's like he's feeding her the words to what to say, because it's like when he's not there, her conversations are very different. When she was on a Breakfast Club and she was having a conversation with Charlamagne the God, she don't speak like that, like the way she speaks when she's with Sydney. I feel like he's putting a lot of things in her brain, and he's gassing her to say a lot of things on camera. Now, maybe he's just really a strict manager. I don't know. Maybe he's just very strict, or maybe he really just wants to see his wife win. I don't really know it, but how come how many black people have they employed? Let's ask them that. How many black people have y'all employed and gave jobs to? How many black young men or women have they discovered and put on TV? Because we know Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels have put in a lot of young black men and young black women on television. But what about MoNique and Sydney? They complain so much about how the black community is ran and how black men speak to black women and bonnets and talking about bonnets. But how many of these people have y'all employed and gave jobs to and looked out for? That's what I want to know. The very same people she's like coming against in the industry are the very same people that have given people like me and you and all the other black women and men jobs and a chance to be on television. So I don't know. I'm confused when it comes to MoNique and Sydney. I don't really know what their MO is. I don't know if this is something that she's been holding inside for a long time and she just want to kind of unleash now.
Unleash the dragon.
Women can hold it. Right, unleash the dragon. Because women can hold things in for. You funny, Gigi. Because women.
Who did that? Who did unleash the dragon? Was that Cisco?
That was Cisco.
Yeah. I know. I like the way it go. That was a shit right there. Okay. Where's Cisco at? We need a Cisco. We don't got no Cisco, do we? Nope.
We don't have a Cisco, no. But I'm sure he's still around. He has an Instagram, but I forgot his name on Instagram.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear the old Cisco. I want to hear a new Cisco. Shit. But yeah.
Well,
I hear what you're saying. You make me think a lot about is Sydney, is he a conscious person or is he a scammer or what is he? But I appreciate you, boo. We got some other callers to go to. All right, let's go on to the next caller. 210, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right.
I think MoNique has some nerve. The reason I'm going to say MoNique has some nerve, she knows how DL feels to be a parent that disappointed their child because her and her oldest son had a fallout. Does everybody not remember that?
I didn't even know she had a son. Tell us.
Oh, she has children.
I didn't know that. By who?
Yes, but she was married to some Jackson man. I knew she was married to an accountant, and then she was married to some Jackson man. But yes, she has children.
I didn't know that. I don't never see her.
Yes.
I don't never see her.
So that's exactly. So let's go back to 2015. That is actually one of the reasons why her and Lee Daniels allegedly had the fallout was because she wanted to spend time with family and not go out on the promotion of the film. The reason she wanted to spend time with family was because her son, they had a strained relationship because her son did not stick to her because she chose her career over being a parent. And they were strained for a number of years. So, and she came out.
That's crazy. You telling me about her sons. Because I always see her with Sydney. Yeah. Why don't I see her with her sons and Sydney? Or more her and her sons? Why is it always Sydney?
Yeah, so she has some nerve because she has publicly admitted, just like DL, that she has flaws as a parent. A flaw is a flaw. We need to stop this hierarchy of sins. Wrong is wrong. Period. She knows how DL feels because she did the same thing. She apologized for a flaw that she had as a parent. So I really think she has some nerve because go back and look. You can Google it. Go Google
I believe children. You. I can tell you telling the truth.
You'll go see,
I can tell.
Yeah, and you'll go see the articles. So I really think that she has some nerve because
somebody said she got an adopted son. Is that true?
Yeah, one of her children. There's 4 boys. 3 biologically are hers, and 1 is adopted. Yes, and 1 is adopted. But they are correct that one of her children was adopted in one of her prior marriages. Yes. So for her to come out, children are off limits. And one thing I can say is DL may have said what he had said about MoNique and her husband, but I've never seen any clip of him talking about her children because, as you said, a lot of people don't
I'm
even
sorry, I
realize
gotta
MoNique has
interrupt you
children.
again. They said she got a set of twins with Sydney. Is that true?
I don't know if Sydney is their father, but I know MoNique has 3. Well, I'm going to call them all her sons because once you adopt, that is your child too.
Right,
So,
I believe that.
MoNique has 4 sons. She has 4 children.
How many does she have with Sydney?
I don't think Sydney is any of their fathers. I thought all of those were from past marriages, but maybe Sydney is the father of the youngest child.
Then somebody said none. They said Sydney don't got no kids. Do Sydney got kids?
Oh, I don't look him. I have no reason. He is. That's like looking
somebody
up.
Say yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't look Sydney up if somebody paid me to. Who is he?
Then they said she got a set of twins, but not with Sydney.
Okay, yes. So, yes, because I know her 2 oldest boys, their last name is Jackson, and I want to say the youngest 2 children, their last name may be Hicks or something like that. But I know she was married to a Jackson man, and they had
Then somebody going to say the twins are Sydney. Y'all make up your mind. Is it is or not? They said the twins are his. The twins are his.
But what I would like to say is this. You see how I came on your live, and I brought up her children. Now what is everyone on your live about to go do?
Look up her kids.
Look up her kids. Kids are off limits. That's why children should always be off limits. You don't want people to go dig up things, especially when there are reports out there on the internet that shows that you did the same thing, maybe for a different situation, but you failed as a parent too. Every parent, there is no, parenting does not come with an instruction manual. It doesn't. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. No parent is perfect. My mother and father have their flaws. Everyone parents do. But I think that if a person is accountable for the flaws that they made as a parent, that's what helps their children grow. That's what helps them and their children rebuild and overcome. As a child myself, I'm not a child now, but just speaking of my parents, I can appreciate anything that my parents took accountability for, and I bet you can too. And I don't know if you have children or not, but the same thing with your children. He took accountability for whatever it was. And what he was doing actually in that interview was motivating others to not do what he did. And although I'm not a fan of DL, I can at least respect his accountability. I can respect the fact that he advocated for people not to make the same mistake that he made. There's no difference than when a drunk driver tells you don't do what I did. A drug addict tells you don't do what I did. I can respect anyone who takes accountability for their action and apologize. Now, speaking of that, you will never see MoNique do that when it comes to her mouth and the things that she said and done. And I am a big advocate of the black woman, or women, period. However, there has to become a time where you have a limit. You have a moral standard of a boundary that you will not cross. For someone to say that they are a supporter of black women, but then you would use another young black woman's trauma to attack her father, are you really an advocate of black women?
Ooh, that's heavy right there. That's heavy.
Are you really an advocate? Because what she said was, I'm speaking out because he's my father, he's my brother. No, DL is not your father. No, DL is not your brother. And the fact that you relate him to your father or brother shows that you're not healed, sweetie. Baby, don't let me do it. Sweet baby, you're not healed. Because a healed person does not deflect. She is placing her personal trauma onto this man and then exploiting his daughter to try to get the support of black women. If anything, black women should be rallying behind his daughter, not DL. Our support goes to his daughter. We don't believe in using each other's childhood trauma, especially to demean, degrade, and you're not even demeaning or degrading her. You're attacking her father. What does she have to do with this? She could have went and dug up anything about DL, his marriage, his whatever. But to use another young black woman's trauma, that's sickening. And the last point I will make is just something else to make you think, and make your viewers, like, just so that they can see, like, a different perspective. Do you know who else typically uses things like this to justify their behaviors?
Who?
Predators. Predators typically, they'll say, well, the child is already being neglected. The young girl, she's already had sex, so I didn't do anything to her because she's already had sex before. Predators uses they are typically the people who use something that they know about a person to justify their sickening behavior or what they inflicted upon someone else. That's predatory. And
so
I will
bad.
further my claim of her being predatory, of her statements being predatory. Look at the way that she talks to Sydney versus her audience. Think of a daddy versus a baby in the family dynamic. Where is daddy typically at in the hierarchy, and where is a baby at typically in the hierarchy? She talks to her audience as if they're her children, probably because her real children don't talk to her, but still, she talks to her audience as if they're her children. Like she says, y'all don't pay attention or you don't listen. Does that not sound like a mother scolding her child? Y'all don't listen to what I say. Y'all didn't read. That sounds like a mother scolding her child, but versus when she talks to Sydney, excuse me, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. That's condescending. And I don't think anybody's catching that she's putting her audience, she's letting everyone that she's speaking to through her verbiage and the words that she uses, she's letting you know actually what she thinks about you. A child is a dependent, someone who requires the care of another person to survive. Whereas a daddy is
Hold on,
considered
I
a
want to
leader.
interrupt you. Somebody gonna say DL got R word very young. I guess another man was R-ing him at a young age. Did you hear about that?
I have heard that. I think I either read something, like maybe read a blog about that, or I did.
That's my
read
first
that.
time hearing that. Looking in the chat.
Yes, I did read that. It may have been on like Reddit or something, but I do remember reading something about that too. That he had, I guess, and on platform shared. I couldn't actually find where he admitted it out his mouth, but I have read that before, that there was a video or something where he previously disclosed that had happened to him.
All these celebrities really want to open up and be on a red table talk and tell their truth. That's what it looks like.
Think so. And you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. But like you just said, they tell their truth. What she's doing is she's trying to tell another black woman's truth, and she has no right to do that. And I know she's going to say it was already put out there on the internet. Her daddy put that out there. But still, what gives you the right to go to the cemetery and unearth something just to prove a point and re-traumatize her? Yes, it was already out in the atmosphere, but the atmosphere had buried it. Nobody has talked about that. And the reason why, and I will, from my perspective, the reason why they did not gain mainstream media, so to speak, attention is because, of course, it was about a child. And typically, people don't like to expose children or talk about things when the child, the victim child, their name is known or who they are known. It's one thing when that person is anonymous, but it's different when everyone will know who the child is. And that is one of the reasons why I assumed they did not gain worldwide attention, is because, you know, children, nobody wants to be sued, and children issues they're touchy, and children do have the right to privacy, whether adults know it or not. They do have the right to privacy.
Right.
However, I know she'll say, well, her dad already put it out there, and that's fine. That's between him and his daughter, and obviously they've overcome that, you know, and they've resolved their issues, and they have a great relationship now. But she has no right to be predatory towards another black woman because she wants to make her father mad. MoNique has no right to do that, and I agree with the previous callers. This was a low. This was below a low. And so my support as a black woman goes to DL Hughley's daughter as a black woman, because she had nothing to do with this matter. And that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, I thank you so much for calling in. We're going to let her go. Calling from 479. You're live on the air.
Hey, Gigi. How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm hungry. That's how I'm doing. I'm over here starving.
I'm over here cooking. Yeah, I'm over here cooking some salmon and listening to you guys. I totally agree with the last caller. I need black women to pay attention to MoNique. Two things can be true at the same time. MoNique does bring up points that most black women we can resonate with, as far as not feeling protected, pay on jobs, so on and so forth. But with MoNique, she kind of reminds me of Kanye West, how he was doing during the, whole Kim Kardashian as she was dating Pete. Like Kanye West, when everything was good with Kim and him, his kids were not black. Black people were the reason why they were slaves, or slavery was a choice. Racism is dead, so on and so forth. When he fell out of favor with the Kardashians, or Kim no longer wanted him, all of a sudden now his kids are black. Black men are under attack. He started to use trigger topics such as black fathers are not in the home to raise up the emotions of black people.
Right.
We all know our struggle in this country. We know those trigger points that'll get us going and get us emotional. And I think MoNique is very aware of the community as well. She only speaks on issues concerning black women when it's something she needs done for her personal life. I personally think that she's in a toxic marriage. I think that she also is a pick-me, and Sydney is very much in control. And also to the point about 50 Cent, 50 Cent, if black women also pay attention to that, 50 Cent has a history of degrading black women, especially darker-skinned black women.
He does.
He has a history. So I'm not going to believe that he is now taking up for MoNique because
he want that money, child. He want that money. You know that.
There's something in it for him. Exactly. So I don't, and she's going, in order to stay in good favor with him, she's going to have to kiss the ring, or Sydney's going to have to get on his knees and take care of daddy, because 50 Cent is one of those guys, as we've seen in his history with his boyfriends. He fell out with the boxer. He fell out with several different men, and there's no telling what those men and women do in Hollywood. However, I just wanted to say that the last caller, she touched on some very great points. I just think this is way below the belt. And like I said, two things can be true at the same time. I truly believe that MoNique was done wrong by the three, Oprah, Lee, and Tyler. I feel like during that time when Precious took off, if they wanted MoNique to continue to work, they should have re-signed a contract so she could also work and get money for her time. If not, she had every right to spend time with her family. They did not know that Precious was going to take off. Once she said no to them, I do feel that they kind of blackballed her, and I was riding with MoNique. I just feel like with the situation with DL, to me, it sounds like it's more of a promoter issue versus an issue between her and DL, if we're only talking about the who was the headliner. Both acts felt like they were the headliner, and they were obviously given information that they were the headliner. I've seen the flyer. I've seen both of them say or show what they had. So they both thought at that time that they were the headliner. However, I do think that at some point egos got in the way, and MoNique feels that she deserves her respect and her and to be honored. And let me be clear. MoNique is talented. She has done great things in the world of comedy, so on and so forth. However, I think she, instead of taking a pause and going to her brother DL and seeing what the issue was, she took it upon herself to get on stage, and she took it. She flamed him, and now everybody is talking about it. Also, I feel like, the whole situation with, on his show, this girl, and what's interesting about that, when she went on his show, DL was not there, and he didn't ask her the question about Sydney either sucking this or being with Lee Daniels or being with Corinne Steffens. He wasn't even there. She admitted that. She said she called her brother, and he said, well, MoNique, that's how it is. That's how it goes down. And then shortly after that, it was never aired. So it never got aired. He was not a part of it. He wasn't the person that said it. And he also, years back, took accountability and said it never should have been said. So I feel like she's just using that as yet another deflection to get Black women emotional, because we do feel attacked often, you know, in society. We do feel like we don't have protection. We do feel like, you know, Black men stand up with us, other Black women stand up. But I just think that MoNique uses that fact as a way to get us emotionally charged and have us fighting her battles. But when it's time for her to fight our battles, I'm yet to see MoNique use her platform to talk about.
And she not gonna do it because she really don't feel that fucking way. All she gonna tell your ass to do is to put that goddamn ballot on. She know what the Black woman want from her, and she's gonna play into it because she wants something from your ass. So she said, deal. I protest for y'all asses if y'all rally around me and protect me against these DL and the comedians. You know, and bam on that. Because how do we get from the ticket all the way to some personal stuff like this?
Yeah, this is too much. The daughter, you know, she is re-traumatizing the daughter. The last caller made a good point. If you are here and you're talking about protect Black women, you should not use something that, and another thing, DL, he's the one who shared that.
You know, another thing it remind me of too. Okay, do you remember when it's that man, that basketball named Kwame, and he was going against Charlamagne the God? Then Kwame used Jessica's story to go against Charlamagne the God, but he didn't give a fuck about Jessica. He just used that trauma and that story to go against Charlamagne, and I feel like it's the same with this situation.
I agree, and you know, you can't. One thing that my father always told me: hold yourself accountable. You can't spray me with my own with what I shared. So DL shared that, and I don't think he shared it to hurt his daughter. And I'm pretty sure, I believe he got permission from his daughter to share. I think he shared because in the Black community that happens often in our churches, in our schools, in our programs.
Right. When I looked at it, it felt like he was taking accountability. And maybe it was a gate open for other men to say, hey, I was wrong. Or Black moms, hey, I was wrong. I looked away. I felt something, but I was wrong for it. You know who else can learn from this? If you know this girl, her name is Johnny Blaze. And her mom did the same thing, but her mom is in denial, you know? So.
Yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I love you, Gigi. Great conversation. I think this is opening up more conversation of just about what is off limits. And I really feel this type of I was disappointed. You know, I was willing to, you know, look over MoNique. I didn't agree with her with the whole situation. I felt like it could have been handled in a different way. However, this is below the belt for me. I used to work as a psychosexual assessor for kids and stuff, and it's a touchy topic for me. I'm not a victim, but I worked with a lot of victims in the past, and so I just feel like it was just below the belt. And Sydney, I really do think Sydney is going to be the one who buries her career, and she does have daddy issues. It's obvious. It's kind of sad, and you know, you made a point that, you know, Sydney made her say it, but how can she be a strong woman and a bad bitch at the same time? But Sydney's in control. He's the puppet master behind her with his hands. So MoNique has a lot of healing to do, and thank you for all you do. Love your show. I'm gonna finish cooking and let other callers come on, GG, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
She got some good old points. You know what struck me? She said, how can MoNique be a bad bee when she allowed this man to stick his hand up her you-know-what to be the puppet? You know, to me, I feel that she is a bad bee. I feel like it's her truth. That's who she is. You know, society have caused her to be strong and a bad bee. But I feel like she don't want to be a bad bee. She wants to be, I don't know, I think she want to be sweet and, oh, I'm so submissive and this is my daddy, and she want to live that life. So I feel like she's going to, I don't know what she doing, submitting herself to this nigga. And she likes, to me, it seemed like she liked that fucking feeling. She liked the feeling to be, oh, daddy, I got to get your permission. I need this, daddy. I want to learn, daddy. Oh, give me daddy. You know, it's like she want a daddy, a father figure, and a husband in one. And that's what she wants. And maybe that's what she's been missing. And I don't know. That's what it seemed like, in my opinion. But let's go on 314. You're live on the air, 314.
Gigi, how you doing?
I'm hungry as hell. How you doing?
I know. I ain't gonna hold you long.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to call on the. I wanted to call on the MoNique situation. Maybe I'm biased, but forget it. I like who I like. I like MoNique because I grew up watching her on the Parker, so I feel a sense of nostalgia just by hearing her name, sitting up watching the Parkers with my grandparents and stuff. However, I do think that she's kind of starting to overextend herself by running her mouth too much. There's nothing wrong with her expressing the way she feels. There's nothing wrong with being expressive, but I personally believe that her wife is behind her doing all of this.
Her husband?
That's her wife that's forcing her to do all this. Her wife is talking her. Her wife is going to talk her back to where she started from nothing. And I've heard a few callers say, and I agree with them 100%, that she re-traumatized DL's daughter. She re-traumatized herself too because you know her brother molested her.
That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah,
and took her down the street so his friends can have a turn too.
Yeah, I believe that MoNique. I don't believe that she's just acting out for no reason. I do believe that there are some issues, but at the same time, I feel like she's projecting. I don't think she's completely healed because that wife she with is that's not a man because the man was up there. If that's what you want to call it, because a husband would say, "Hey, babe, hey, you said what you said. Leave it alone. Let's just leave it alone. You know, you don't want to mess up something that may be next. Just leave it alone." Instead, he's sitting behind her, you know, just coaching her, and this and over talking her and all that, just like a female. She may as well be with another woman because a real man wouldn't allow her to keep running her mouth like that.
All right. You said a mouthful. Anything else you got to say on this case?
That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Gigi. Thank you. Let's go on to the next caller. Caller from 870. You're live on the air.
Hey, this is Janae.
Hey, how you doing?
Ooh, Lord. I got to speak up for all the aunties out here. Okay. First of all, these ladies act like they don't know how to receive information from an older lady. She's trying to speak as nice and kind as she can. She's saying babies. She want to say bitches, really. But she try to hold back when she say babies, okay? That's really what she want to say, okay? She's trying to, and no, she said, she admitted that situation had nothing to do with DL, her and what DL had going on. But she just wants to make a point that he got so much smoke for a black woman, but when somebody molests his daughter, he's my friend. He do a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? That's the point MoNique making right there. People don't understand. And then she got to remember who telling them that they don't want to play with her no more. People from the GED special ed class that's on the slow bus. I wouldn't give a damn if they wouldn't want to play with me no more anyway. And all these people talking about, oh, she might mess her money up. Let me tell you something. When you live within your means, baby, you can talk as much shit as you want to because my house paid for, my car paid for, I got money in the bank. I don't live for you, mother so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? So these people need to take what she got going on and listen to the sister. And no, she's not perfect. Yeah, she got some stuff she needs to deal with too, but who don't? Because I had to check somebody the other day because we got a pervert in our community. And yes. And he just so happened to remember when I'm 51 now. He remembered this when I was 16 years old in this little club that we really didn't have no business being in because back in the day you couldn't be in the club till you was 18. But my cousin's uncle owned the club, and he would let us do a little dance in there. You know, he gonna bring that up. You know, until the people came in. Of course, then he made us leave. But He gonna bring up to me the other day when I was pumping the gas. He gonna say, "Oh yeah, I remember you used to really be dancing." Now, if you saw me dancing when I was 16, that's a treat for yourself. You should keep it to yourself. Oh, I saw some young so and so today. Ooh, you don't come bring it up 30 years later on to the woman. So of course I checked this tail, rolled by his house, his apartment, because I wasn't just going over there. I had to give somebody else something, and he was like, hey, he came to the car. I said, hey, I remember you asking me about that the other day. You know how old I was? Because I heard he'd been looking at the kids and stuff around there too. And sister, when I checked him and everything and put him in his place, he got on his porch looking like a dog with his tail between his legs. And I told him if I catch him looking at any of these damn kids around, I'm calling police on his GD ass.
Good
so
for
it's
you.
Two brothers sitting on the porch, right, sister? It's two brothers sitting on the porch. I walked over there and I told them, yes, I'm checking this pervert and y'all need to keep your eyes on him. And guess what one of them going to say? This is the kicker right here, sister. One of the guys going to say, oh, he ain't going to dare touch my daughter. So that's when I stopped and told him, I said, that's the damn problem right here. Everybody just worried about they one daughter. But guess what? If that little girl getting touched on, that same touched on girl going to be playing with your kids, okay? Mm-hmm. Here's your chance
They
to
all
say
probably
something
touching on little girls, to be honest with you.
Now, let me tell you what I told him. I said, you know what? People can't. Let me tell you what I told him. This girl, you should have saw their face when I said this. I said, you know why some of these niggas can't check them? Because they hand been in the cookie jar and they can't check the next person because the pervert gonna tell them, well, I saw you doing so and so, so and so. Y'all need to keep your hands clean so you can start checking some of these perverts. And let me tell you what I told them at the end that they was really pissed at me. I said, I'm gonna buy a big bag of balls that come out of them stores and stuff, and I said I'm gonna start throwing them on niggas' porch. Because they ain't got none. If you see some on your porch, that means you ain't got none and you need a couple of them. Because I'm just going to start throwing 2 balls on Negro's porch around here. Because them the ones that ain't got none. Because they ain't, I threatened to send a lot of them to my relatives and stuff. Because I done have to slap the, my uncle for touching my little 8-year-old titties, didn't even have none. Girl, I slapped him so hard with my right hand. Sister, I slapped him so hard from my right hand, my left hand was hurting.
When things gonna change, cause a lot of these people out here, I'm not a big advocate for it, but they gonna do what they gonna do. They are teaching these kids to use the pow, and they gonna touch on the wrong girl, and she gonna get that pow and blow somebody's head off.
Yep. Well, we need to start blowing, because I used to work with juvenile sex offenders when I lived in Illinois. And all we got to do is start exposing these people, pointing the finger at them, and then either they'll run out of town or they'll get right. Either one of them, they're going to get some right or they're going to move.
These kids going to start blowing them to pieces. These kids, they violent. And if these kids start learning how to pow, and they know that's wrong, they going to take them out.
Well, they need to, because I'm sick of them. I am sick of these perverts. But I appreciate MoNique. And let me tell you this. The reason I'm kind of partial to MoNique, because my cousin used to play for her. He used to be, what's his name? Big, what's his name?
Big Shine?
What's my cousin's name? When she had her show. And I can't even think of my cousin's name. You remember when she had a show and she would say, "Big so-and-so play the piano." What is it?
Nah.
But anyway, yeah, girl, because he was on the Apollo and everything. He played the piano for them. But he wrote a lot of songs too. But anyway.
I appreciate you calling, boo, and telling us the real. All right, we're going to let you go. Calling 601, Ashley.
Hello?
Hello, Ashley?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? Who is this?
Keisha?
Hey, Keisha, talk to me. What's your thoughts, Keisha?
Okay, I didn't know, I was just listening to the whole conversation, but I didn't know whether you were talking to me or who else. But anyway, this is the thing, my thoughts of this. In the black community, with kids getting touched and stuff like that, And then some of them get touched by the family members, and everybody always keep it hush hush. And it's just been going on for like generation after generation. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be sad. It'd be sad because it'd be the uncles or the nephews or, you know, the ones close, the ones that we think that we can trust with our children, and them be the ones.
You can't trust nobody, baby. You can't trust nobody.
Right. And then the thing about it, on top of that, you know, like when somebody do get molested, that's why.
Say the M word, because you know how YouTube's sensitive when they get the M.
Okay. When somebody get M, you know, you just never know how their mental state may go about, because that's how some women turn out to be, you know, prostitutes and stuff like that, because they be messed up in the head, you know, and ain't got no. Into the black community, therapy is like for weak people, but they really need to start exploring therapy. I think therapy is good.
Yeah, it is. Get you some good ass therapy, you're gonna be all right.
Right, and that's what a lot of the black community is missing nowadays. You know, they just feel
but
like
they rather buy
you know,
Gucci shoes and Gucci panties. They don't want to buy no therapy.
Right, you know, mental health is real, and I feel like basically, you know.
Girl, we need a T-shirt. We need a T-shirt. It should say "Mental health is real." Okay. Look, mental health is real. Don't fuck with me. Okay, that's what it's gonna say on my T-shirt. Mental health is real. Don't fuck with me. Okay, leave me the fuck alone. Shit.
And I think you know, MoNique probably, you know, still needs some kind of therapy about what she went through by being touched by her brother and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's just a lot of people, they go through that, but they just don't heal properly.
You right.
So I guess, and then another thing which you touched on, you know, by people not having no daddies and stuff, and which I can agree to that, because my daddy wasn't really in my home. And, you know, for a young girl, you know, the daddy is the first person supposed to show you how a man's really supposed to treat you. And when you have that missing from the home, and then, you know, when the girl grow up, then she be longing for somebody to fill that void because she never had it, you know?
Yeah, I feel you, boo. But you know what? You gave me a lot of things to think about. I thank you for calling. We're going to let you go. All right, you guys. I enjoyed y'all. We had a nice, great show. All right, please like this video, share this video, and I will see y'all on another video. And you know DL Hughley got a reply. You know Ricky Smiley got a reply. You know they got to follow the story. So stay tuned, because we will be going on another live to see what DL and Ricky Smiley has to say about this. The beat keep going on, y'all. It keep going on. All right, love y'all. And make sure y'all get some good need.